Do I just
don't think that's
become
how that
redeemed?
works.
I'm
No,
pretty
Ah,
sure that's
that's
how that
not.
works.
I had
No,
the
there's no.
unmuted for some reason.
Well, so how it works, Tay, is you actually need to you kill the person who's redeemed themselves, and then you drink their blood. Then you're redeemed.
Yeah, okay, so I was right. You gotta kill someone who's redeemed and you absorb their redemption.
Yeah. Except the redemption actually is absorbed into the bloodstream, so that's why you have to drink the blood.
Right. So to get our redemption arc, we have to kill what, 6, 7 people who are redeemed and start drinking their blood.
We gotta
Does it
start.
only have to be one of us just drinking all of the blood if we want to be redeemed as a group, or do we each have to drink blood?
We gotta.
Hmm.
If one of us has to drink the blood, I can, that's not
That's a
that's
good
not an
question.
issue.
Did you want to play for honor more?
For honor. Not sure.
Uh oh. We got something.
Oh, yep, there we go. It went through. Hello.
Hey.
It went through. Perfect.
All
Perfect.
right, Blight. Well, there's 3 of us here, so and we now have a raid, so we gotta go.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
This is the part where we fall down and bleed to death. Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Yep. Okay.
So,
Well, as a quick recap of what happened last episode, you all found yourselves having made it through a naval blockade around the city of Criswin. Found yourselves accosted by port authorities who wanted to know who the hell you were and what the fuck you were doing there. And after what should have been a fairly brief interrogation, a couple of you raised enough suspicion that you were ordered to expend any spells you might have had available on you and show up in the following mornings to do so at every dawn. After having done so, you all fled to the various parts of the city to kind of deal with some of the business that you guys had there. And after all that had been done, found yourselves back to, most of you at least, out to the Orange Eagle Inn. Though some of you went out drinking with a guardsman that night as well, in a bid to get some information and gamble a little.
And stop him from getting murdered that night.
Yeah, and you followed him home. Friendly followed him home, not stalked him home. But you followed him home and then were kind of drunkenly almost stayed over the night at his place before hearing a crash of glass in the distance and witnessed a fight between one of you witnessed, the other kind of face planted and knocked himself unconscious. But witnessed a fight between 2 animal-like creatures that resulted in the unfortunate death of an old gnome named Timmy.
Poor old Timmy.
Poor Timmy.
And those creatures eventually escaped off into the night, and you were kind of left to deal with and explain the mess that had happened, before eventually retiring back to your rooms. And I think that's about where we left off, assuming that you all rested afterwards and wake up. Some of you a little bit before dawn, others as the hello.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
My camera just failed.
Hello.
But
Yeah, you got robot for a second, but it's fixed now.
all right. But assuming that you did anything else that I need to know of that night, we can start the game with you all having woken up in the morning.
I would just like to note that what Blight calls raising suspicion, I call being a good citizen. I can't agree to follow laws that I don't know.
I call it being difficult and part of your bard person.
Hmm?
They just
Listen,
call it being difficult.
listen. I can't
We
follow
just-
the law if I don't understand the law. What do you want me to do? Lie to them? How could I do that?
Yeah,
How could I lie to
if
them?
anything, we are just being honest.
Honest and responsible, right?
Exactly.
I was being honest and responsible, and I was like, yeah, I won't break any laws.
But you don't
You
know
You
that.
don't
You
know
don't
the
know.
law.
You don't
Well,
know
you
that.
know you've broken
Then you
20
guys
already.
laugh.
The
For
exact
all-
wording of the question originally was, "Do you intend to break any laws while here?"
I don't know if there are any laws. Like, I could intend to do something
So-
that breaks the
Yeah,
law.
what if I intend to go fishing, but fishing's illegal without a license?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way,
the question only because how Zone of Truth works. If you came into the town knowing you were going to commit illegal activities, it would catch you. But if you came into town and accidentally broke a law, this would show that you didn't intend to.
Yeah, but we're feigning ignorance of that.
Yes.
So,
Also, we don't know how Zone of Truth works.
yeah, we
Sure.
failed our Arcana checks.
Yeah,
That
thank
is
you
true.
very much.
Everyone did fail their Arcana checks.
So we don't know how that
All right.
works.
Fair enough.
Yeah, by
fair
the
enough.
way, for anyone who isn't familiar,
Wait,
we're on
sailed
Sky
to-
Islands. These aren't regular islands. These are Sky Islands. We're
Yes.
we're flying. This
Uh,
is
What
real
would you be
simple.
fishing?
I'm
What
gonna-
would you be fishing?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look
Water
around,
here.
and
There's
I
no rain.
I wanna look around for a place that sells a fishing rod that allows me to fish all the way down to the floor of the land below, for
Okay.
like monsters. So I can you
Um,
never know what you're pulling up, a Tarrasque, a demon.
We're pulling it up. We're pulling the island down. Only one way to find out.
seeing as how the city is roughly 4,000 feet in the air, give or take.
Fucking lot of fishing.
I
You
could-
would need a very long
I go
fishing
f-
line.
I
That's
go
not to
f-
say it's impossible to get,
I fish for
but it would be a
birds.
hobby for the wealthy, not
Though-
for the.
How much is wealthy?
It depends. Would you like to purchase for yourself a fishing rod or similar apparatus, or are you looking to rent for a day?
We need a rod of
Purchase.
exceptional fishing.
What was that? Did you say rent?
I'd say purchase. In the long run, big bills.
Okay, if you wanted to purchase one,
In case you went to
Uh,
fish off West Island.
if you wanted to purchase one, it would be upwards of a few hundred gold. The materials and the expertise needed to craft a line that long that is
No,
not going to
this,
snap.
This might be something I do actually.
This is a long-term goal. This is a party goal now.
Yeah, it's a
He's
party
just gonna go to every
We're gonna-
Sky Island we get and
we're
just somehow fish up a monster from below and have to keep it as a souvenir.
He's gonna do
Random
the
monster
fishing what I did.
following us.
There's literally
He's
an
gonna
owlbear
do the
just
fishing
on
what
the
I
end
did
of
to
my
tailoring.
hook. I'm just oh, it's a big one. Just reeling in an owlbear.
Yeah.
Alien's
That
gonna do
would
to
be it.
fishing what I did to tailoring.
That would be something.
And generally, these things are mounted on the side of either buildings or ships. They're not handheld. Because you can get, you would be able to get heavy things with them.
Perfect.
Oh
Just
my God.
mounted on my chest. All of a sudden,
I
there's-
have
all you just
them.
hear a scream as I just get pulled off the side.
And there
This
goes
is
the old
eating
centaur.
Satyr.
So,
Satyr.
Get it right.
Those are not the same thing.
They're totally
No,
the same
they're not
thing.
the same thing, but my
They're-
brain was
they're
like,
horses.
Do
I'm like-
those of you who need to show up for morning stuff show up for morning things? Let's
Yeah.
get that out of the way.
Very.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
already
a, do I
awake.
have a
Right.
hangover?
All right. So do you
I
show
would
up
like
with
to
your
show up
hangover,
5
or
seconds
do
before the
you?
deadline.
Sorry, what was that?
I asked if I had a
Oh, sorry.
hangover.
Oh, give me a Constitution check.
I
Well,
swear to God, if the old satyr starts following me, my character around again, just
so I wanna. After that, I'm gonna try and find amethyst.
You
my
gave
character
him
is
the idea.
thoroughly annoyed by yours.
What?
It's my character's thoroughly annoyed by your character. She doesn't understand being social with people,
Uh-huh.
so you're just annoying the fuck out of her.
Oh, he knows.
That's why he does it. He's a bard.
Miraculously, you wake up the next day, and the alcohol must have just flown out of the blood coming from your forehead when you face planted last night.
That's how alcohol works, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
The alcohol was all concentrated in
Don't
the
ask me.
blood near
It
his
just
head.
dispersed throughout his body.
Alcohol
Blood is
concentrate.
stored in the forehead. Or
Yeah.
alcohol is stored in
yeah.
the forehead.
Alcohol is filtered in the forehead. That's why you get a hangover.
That's
So,
yeah. That's your liver is in your
That's how
forehead. Guys.
that's how it works, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Medieval-
how it
medi-
works.
Going back to the thing. It's medieval science.
But it
Wait,
must have all
Tay-
leaked out then.
Tay
when
has-
you face planted.
Tay
because
has
you feel
my
fine.
Tay has my pin. Because remember, I
What?
tossed it at the guard, and I was like, "I'm fucking done with this." And I walked away.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
again.
I no, it's in your pocket.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you don't know, but I
Oh,
flipped
well,
it in
see,
there.
I'm gonna be like, I think I turned it in, so I'm just not gonna go because I thought I'd give it to a guy.
I'm taking him with me
Alright.
Where are we
for moral
going?
support.
Where are we
For
going?
moral support. For moral
I
support.
told the guard last night I had nothing else to say.
Yeah, I said moral support.
That's-
Do you not want to morally support me? Is that what you're telling me right now? I feel a little betrayed. I thought we were better friends than that in the 2 days we've known each other.
We've known each
Uh,
other
it
for
would've been
several
several
weeks
weeks now, yeah.
now, sir.
Yeah, in the several weeks we've known each other, sub-month.
I suppose it might be an interesting story. I wonder if we'll meet our
Yeah.
guard friend and get drunk again.
So, you find your way out towards the port authorities. There's a guard station who's
Wait,
expecting
actually-
you.
But before I do that, before we actually go there, I wanna find the local market. I wanna see if there's any fucking seafood. I remember.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Go ahead and well, you're just looking around. How much time? Are you just looking around as you kind of walk towards your destination, or are you spending time?
I wanna go before I even get there. Before I'm planning to head out. I'm looking for this.
Okay. Got it. I would say you guys, if you're intending to be on time, are probably 10, 15 minutes till dawn. But and it will probably take you about 10-ish minutes to get there. So, if you do want to look around, either you will be late or you have to be very quick.
I would like to try and be very quick.
Listen,
Okay.
my
Give me
satyr
a perception
senses.
check at disadvantage.
My satyr senses are exceptionally honed to the smell of fish. I will
Can
assist.
I-
I will help you
Horse
with
man
this.
like fish.
Hold on. What's your perception?
I'm very good at perceiving things. I
What is
see
your
things-
actual?
I see things all around me.
Okay, yeah, but how good are you? With
Like that caterpillar! Do you see it there?
Why was I scrolled up? +1. Okay, you are assisting me. Never mind. Okay. I'm gonna bardic this, by the way.
Okay.
17
total?
17
Yeah,
total.
you do. You come across.
Do I smell it? Do I smell it first?
You smell it.
Yes.
But it
I smell fish.
let's put it this way: it is not a open market
I
with
knew I'd like
fish.
to run for.
The fish looks largely smoked and preserved. Some of it in barrels of salt.
Where's your freshest fish?
The man kind of gives you yeah, you see a this turtle actually
Oh,
is
I
manning
like-
the shop.
I fucking love turtles. They always have good stories.
They always have good fish.
Probably.
And he looks you up and down and says, "Ain't got nothing fresh here,
Why not?
'cause we're about a week inland."
Why?
You got anything good?
He waves a hand over his wares and says, "I got me a friend that ships them out to here. He does a good
What's your
I mean-
name, turtle friend?
Hmm.
Poor
He
Blade.
gives you like an even stare as you you like have mentioned a bit of a. Give me a charisma check. See how well you're pulling off. See whether it comes off as like creepy or endearing when you say you like turtles.
14.
Portals.
14. I would say fairly neutral then. So he kind of looks to you, says, "Name's Barba."
Barba. And how do I
You
spell
got me.
that?
Oddly sounds like Barbara.
Are you a male or female? He's trying to understand from my notes.
You write notes.
Yeah, he's got to write it down.
Me and Alien have written the same.
Is it B-A-R-B-A? Or is it like...
No, there's a silent L right there, and he's kind of pointing as you write it down. There's a silent Q there.
I was expecting a GA if I'm on.
How
There's
This.
a
do-
U right there, though you
Sure.
again don't pronounce it.
How do I spell this?
Like all the way from the top.
All the way from
No,
the
just-
top, right.
Just B-R-B-A.
B-R-B-A.
B-A-R-B-A.
What? How?
So now it's
how
spelling bee.
is this a male or female turtle?
Oh, looks to be male.
Looks to be male turtle that sells. And what about your friend? What's his name? You said he imports straight to you?
Yeah, it's Larry.
Larry, is he also a turtle?
No,
Fish.
Larry's one of them snake folks.
Oh, one of them
You
snake
want
folks.
to? You want to?
You want tea?
You want
Yeah.
to?
Oh, okay, I see. And what made you want to settle down here in Chriswood, Barbara?
We're on a okay. Listen, as much as I enjoy this,
No, and like I
talking to Barbara.
I like physically have a pen and paper in my hand.
yeah, no,
Like-
I understand, but like we're on a time crunch. You got anything particularly good, like the good stuff, Barbara? Of your good
It's
stuff.
Do you
I
have-
understand it's all good, but like the
Cheese
good, the gooder
Do
stuff.
you have the Worcestershire sauce?
Not, no, not just the best fish.
He says,
Actually,
I mean,
actually,
I
Bob.
got what I got.
Barbara, right? We're here because there's a certain lady, right? Our friend here has a certain lady, right? And she seems to like fish. Now, if she likes fish, I'm sure she would have came to you, the finest purveyor of fish in all of Chriswin, right? So, maybe you know exactly the type of fish she likes.
I'm gonna Bardic this if this is a charisma check. I'm also gonna hit diplomat because
Well, I
fuck
have
you.
more than one lady who comes to my shop
It's
in the day.
and I'm gonna lean
You'll
in. I'm
need
gonna be
to-
like, it's Captain. It's the captain of the guard. I don't remember her name. He might. I'm trying to keep it lower.
I actually didn't have that written down. I remembered it for the session, but I didn't remember it during the second session. I'm sorry.
What's her name?
The captain's name is Alexia Wallace.
Wallace, yeah, Captain Wallace. Okay.
See, it's for Captain Alexia Wallace, right? See, he's over here trying to make a good impression, if you know what I mean. You know what kind of fish he likes.
Give me a persuasion check.
And
Diplomat Bardic.
Okay. Oh, buddy. Well, does
I diplomat alien.
Does diplomat give me advantage or something?
It does indeed give you advantage.
Thank God.
I also Bardic.
Not much better, but better than nothing. 1d6.
All right.
That's a 15.
All right. 15. He says, well, I mean, she doesn't really come by herself. She's got attendants and stuff like that. And I don't exactly ask who everyone works for.
And like come up in conversation, or like they're muttering about the boss or something. I know a lot of people who mutter about their boss, things they should. Doesn't usually end well, but they still do
So,
it.
shh. Listen. You hear his heart a flutter on the breeze for this Captain Alexia. You see this man in desperate need. Do you have any idea what would be the best course to go forth with?
Well, I mean, if she's a captain, she's
Right,
probably pretty wealthy.
right.
Like,
Now,
why are you looking at keepers of
I don't mean to knock my own goods, but I sell to more of the regular clientele. She probably gets some of the fresher stuff. Like some of the big ships come by, they have live tanks
Right,
used to feed the rich folk, right?
right. Well, it's a little hard to get that in town now. I'm sure she would be understandable, right?
Unless there's a place here
Fair.
where we can get access to said
Look,
live tanks.
I can give you the best of what I got.
Fair enough. Yeah, 'cause like there's, how long have you guys been under siege here?
It's been a while. I mean, I'm running a bit low.
And then and then I just have to consider the fact that if you're running low, right, and it's been a while,
They're running
and
real
the
low.
and the way we were treated at the docks, I'm imagining not many fish smugglers make it through. So,
Not many anyone gets through.
Yeah, right. So
Which makes us, by the way, professional badasses.
I would.
I hope you know. I hope you're well aware.
Oh yeah. Do you need anything like ferried in and out?
Yeah, we're professional badasses.
Actually, ask if you want something small pulled out. Yeah, make
We're professional badasses,
Kind of
don't you
raises an
know?
eyebrow at you. No, I think I'm good.
Oh, okay.
You sure you don't have like a letter you want delivered out of town, or like
Listen. Here's
I don't
my
know, a fish shipment you want to get rid of that's not supposed to be here?
here's and I'm gonna pull out a small card, and with illusory script, write my name and the ship's name. And I'm like, here's my contact details if you ever need something,
Okay.
Anyway, fish. I'm guessing we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. What's your? But I'm not asking for like the top shelf possible fish. I'm asking for your best fish.
Yeah, and what's for like illusory script? It just looks invisible except to him, because I can target people that would see things, or it looks like unintelligible except to him.
So he goes into the back and says, "Now you understand. Not sure how much you guys have been out to the coast versus here, but inland fish gets a little more expensive.
Yeah, you know, you got. Hey, you have a. Well, obviously you got some salt. So yeah, I understand. How much are we looking at?
Well, and he comes out and pulls out this like large slab of what looks to be and he kind of like rubs off the salt that has been preserving this so far. But it is this large slab of fatty red fish.
Ooh.
And he says, "You ever heard of tuna?"
Oh, I fucking have.
What the fuck is a tuna?
It's a fish about as big as you.
Yeah.
And they'll fly up out of the water and smack you in the face, take your head clean off.
Really?
That's exceptionally rude, actually.
That's why we kill them. The very,
the fish are coming for the head.
very rude fish.
Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, fucking tuna. Yeah, fuck those guys.
Believe
Eat 'em all.
absolutely terrifying.
He's
I
lying
am.
to you, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, he's full of. I don't.
That was a nat one on his deception.
But okay, so how much for tuna?
Well,
Wait, was it actually tuna though, or was he lying
it is
about
tuna.
the slapping?
It is tuna. He's
Yeah, okay.
lying about them decapitating fishermen.
Yeah, they're not thresher sharks.
Yeah, no. But he says, "Well, it's probably going to cost you about a gold for this piece." And it is a large size piece, probably about both your hands spread wide side to side. and about a hand, about like the
That's-
width of your hand tall.
Nah,
It's a solid slab of meat.
no,
but
I have a good idea.
How much gold?
You said it's a
one
gold, but here's another option, right? Do you have any fish large enough to house a goblin inside of it?
We are not putting the goblin inside
No,
of
no,
the
no,
fish.
no! He could go out to the street corner and like spin a sign to bring in business for the man.
Okay, that is good.
It's shipped here like whole intact fish, right?
Right.
Oh.
They've been processed.
Oh, that's not.
So what
fun.
we need to do is we need to make a fish costume.
A fish costume for the goblin. Yes.
This is
We're gonna be going goodbye.
this.
boy.
I think you're late by this time too.
You are
This is-
definitely
Oh,
late
yeah,
this time.
This is an incredible business opportunity. All right. Okay. How much is it? How much is a gold and silver?
Yeah.
9 silver, and we have a deal.
He looks you over. Well.
Did you see Blade facepalm, by the way? I did. That
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Big's not
I
here.
hate
He
your
can't,
idea.
Big's not here. He can't refuse.
I suppose you've
refuse.
given me a good bit of entertainment today. I could do that for you.
How'd you get
9
there?
silver.
A pleasure doing business with you. Remember, professional
And he-
badasses. Thank
And
you.
he kind of slaps a hand out to give you a handshake as well. And it is a little sticky,
A little
with
slimy.
fish residue.
It makes it a little fishy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna prestidigitate that real quick. Just gonna
Okay.
claim that.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna take offense for
thank
this
you.
and
I'm
start
gonna
taking
I'm gonna reach
gold
my
now.
hand out to give him a handshake,
Yeah. He accepts yours as well.
and I just take it and I just like smear it on my chest.
And he says,
You cannot tell me your character's not gay.
you know, I wouldn't do that one.
I'm like, I love
I
the
admire the
smell of
passion.
fish.
He is.
That's how we found you. You know, it was my sniffer here.
Yeah. He did smell you. He's a professional.
I didn't know satyrs had strong noses.
They
I
don't, but
they
remember,
don't.
he's a
Especially old
he's a
ones.
professional badass.
Professional badasses. We get things in, we get them out, we
Right.
smell them.
Mm.
You know, that's,
He smells them.
I smell them. The card's there though.
I buy them.
And he says, right, well, I think I got one of my regulars behind you. If you could, we got to kind of cycle the line forward.
Yeah, that's great. We gotta move before we're executed anyway.
I'm gonna,
Thank you.
I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna,
What? Good luck with that.
I'm gonna be like, wait, who's the regular? Hi, what's your name?
I'm pulling a fader with me. I'm pulling-
If it was a guard, I swear.
The same guard you drank with, actually.
Yeah, no, he's like, what's up, guys? We're like, not much.
Hey, we're just gonna go get not executed. If you could put in a good word with the captain for
I'll be
us
like,
so that
"Oh."
we don't die.
I'll be like, oh, Barda, where's a good tailor?
Didn't we ask?
Oh,
that?
Lord.
And he says,
Wasn't
like,
that the first
depends
thing
what you
did
need.
last session.
No, we didn't actually go to it because we were busy pestering the guards.
Oh,
Apparently, a
alien,
fish
did you-
costume for a goblin.
Alien.
What?
Did
I
you
don't know
make a
anyone who
post on the
does that
Twitter
kind of
or
work.
No.
Did I what?
Did you make a post on the Twitter? Or
I
should
did
do
not.
that right now?
Twitter.com.
Okay. I'll do that. Right
www.twitter.com.
Okay.
I can have a bot that sends it whenever you go live.
I know, but I like to give like a little synopsis of what happened last session as well.
Okay, so I'm guessing we're gonna do stuff with other people first as well, because Tay and I are
Yes. So
traditionally
let's
taking
get
up
this out
time.
of the way. You two go meet your guard there, who's not happy you're late because you guys at this point are probably like 10-15 minutes late.
Hey, hello. Where's Wallace?
Professionals.
And he kind of looks you over and says, now I'm gonna have to call one of the priests. And he says,
I'm
give
ready.
me a minute.
I'm
Give me a
ready
minute.
to be zoned of truth.
And they bring over what looks to be a fairly young halfling who likely still an apprentice. He says, "I'm gonna need you to watch, make sure these two have no magic on them after."
No. I'm here to say that I have no intention of breaking a law.
I'm here to speak to Captain Wallace.
Yes.
I was told she'd be here.
And we also have this, and like, let's just throw the slab of fish down on the table
I'm
for
not
Captain
gonna-
Wallace.
Yeah, what he did.
Well, Captain Wallace keeps her office about a 30-40 minute walk from here.
Well,
Can
we
you
better
show
start
me?
walking.
Yeah, well, let's go. Come on.
I'll need you to get your magic out of you before then.
Nope, I'm here because I was told as soon as I'm willing to not break the law, which I was before, but I was just obviously making sure that I would not break the law accidentally, because that would have been a huge mistake and a misunderstanding. But I don't have to do shit as long as I tell somebody that I'm not going to try and break the law, right? Yes?
He did just tell you that. He also told another guard, get strong. What was his name?
I
Like,
don't-
what was his name? Fuck.
His
The one you spent
Anka.
you're the one
Yeah,
you
yeah,
spent-
Anka.
Yeah, Anka. He's a good
Yeah,
man.
Anka. Right.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, I forgot because I'm trying to remember.
I didn't forget Anka. That's my best
That was
friend
good
here.
for you. Good for you. How dare you forget Anka?
Anka was very good. It's why he's alive. Okay, he owes me, even if in character none of us know it.
What's everybody's character's names? I'm just trying to get a.
My
Question.
name's is Kakopes, and you don't need to know the last.
How do I spell that?
Kerkopes. Maybe.
Kaopes.
Maybe. Anyway, can I
Alright,
go
Nice
to-
coat you got there, Blade.
he's just Blair Witching it over there.
I can't see his thing. My thing's in the way. No.
You don't need to.
You can't see his thing? Question
Anyway,
mark?
I am
Why
willing.
would you want to see that?
Yeah,
Blight.
I'm gone.
Blight, by the way,
Hmm.
when I was studying like the code and stuff like that, I have expertise in forgery. Can I say that I was like writing it down, making a few subtle adjustments here or there as I saw things?
I mean, you haven't studied the
Yep.
code of law in this town yet.
Yes, we
you
did. We
spent
went
a
there
night
last-
drinking with.
We went there
You
last
spent
night.
the night-
Before that,
Before that,
you said we
went
spent the day with learning the law, and then we spent the night drinking with
and
Anka.
learning a little
Well,
bit more.
you guys arrived at about 6 last night, like 6 p.m.
So we didn't spend a lot of time.
So we didn't
studying.
spend a lot,
you,
but
you would have had like an hour or two.
long enough for me to feel like I could have messed with a few things. If I'm like, well, if I look here at the Code of Laws, Section 3, Paragraph 4.
I would say, give me a dexterity check with your forgery set, and the DC will be high because you will have been like smoke will have need to have come off of your quill with how fast you need to write.
I'll go ahead and bardic myself. Oh. Is this gonna be the return of the 16?
That one.
No,
It's the return of the
you-
impossible blight rolls.
you're asking to have completely written down the code of laws.
No,
with a
not
pen quill.
not
in
completely.
An hour.
Not completely, just like a few things where I'm like, well, if it says here in this part or whatever, just a few things, but whatever.
Okay, just
Like
no.
he took like copies of every. Just a few
Okay.
pages.
That's more likely. I'll say that you could have done that.
Sure. Yeah, I'm ready to meet your god or priest or fuck whatever. Do you worship them here? Sometimes do.
What's that?
Do you worship them here? Sometimes do. Like, what is your god? Is it like a local god? Or are you like Catholic? Is Catholic a thing?
I don't think it is.
He raises an eyebrow and says, "Local god, I don't."
Is your god like from around here? Were there like missionaries from faraway places? Did it originate in this location? Is it a recent thing, your current religion, or is like?
Is it a man?
So
I-
let me point this out to both of you because this would not be something you're completely unfamiliar with. There are religion is handled differently in town, but there are, or in from town to town generally. Practices may change, but there are only 3 gods who are worshipped.
That's what you
and
think.
at
I'm
least
gonna worship the
publicly.
4th.
At least publicly, there are only 3 gods that are worshipped generally.
Okay, this is good news. Good things to learn.
Is anything heresy? Is that
Um,
a big concern?
Generally, cults that follow one of the greater evils are heresy.
What are the 3 main gods?
They are Trasalug, Mwen, and Relga.
All right, go ahead and spell each of those, please.
So, Trasalug is Trasta and then Lug.
Okay.
And all of them have Trasta at the beginning of their name.
Trust.
But
Okay.
and
Trust.
then Mwen is Muen,
Okay.
and then Relga is Relga.
Okay. And like, what's the? Yeah.
Lug is the sky god. He rules over generally
Sky
worshipped
Daddy.
by travelers, shipmen, and things like that. Mwen is the god of the land, not often worshipped, but is worshipped by a lot of people who tend to make trips down there, be they miners, loggers, huntsmen, things like that. And then Relga is the sea. And they generally worshipped by people like craftsmen and spellcasters and things like that.
Okay.
That's not a hard and fast rule,
Sure.
but that is the generalities.
But like, who is the primary god here? Is there like a specific one in town, or like, is it the entire pantheon, or do you guys do something different?
Are you
Like,
accepting
how does this work?
applications?
Yeah. Do you take to become a priest? What does it take to become a god? Actually, I think I am on the god.
In this town, there's actually a
My
fairly
God.
large following of Mwen, due to the and he doesn't really go too deep into this actually, but he will just tell you that there's a fairly large following of Mwen here.
Oh yeah, my
Um,
god.
No Relgas, I see. Okay, wow. That's disheartening. I'm not sure.
He kind of like looks at you weirdly and he says, I mean, we're fairly inland. I mean, the craftsmen do their own thing, right? But
I should have.
a lot of
Should
business
have asked that before joining the god.
over a forest, a lot of people go underground.
Yeah. Okay.
Lots
suppose
of
I
the lots of the folk who go into the crystal towers worship Mwen too for
I
protection.
suppose I should have asked that before joining the god, huh? Hmm. Oh well.
Okay. All right. So yeah, where do I take my testy, as it were?
And he says, "Right. Well, assuming you're ready
Yep, I'm
to
ready.
take this test,
Is it a multiple choice question?
no, it's just a repeat of what you did last time.
So not an essay question in 3 parts triplicate.
We're just going to
Ditto.
go over the parts that you." And he kind of looks over his notes. The singular part you had issues with.
But what if can we take the essay anyway? Can we like just for good measure?
Yeah, is it like extra credit?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really do a test here.
Oh,
Can you write us up a test then?
yeah.
I mean, I suppose I could if you like. I'll need a few silvers for my time, but
Blade.
Is not part of?
that's not part of my job. No,
Oh.
right?
Why?
Yes.
Who's the town test maker?
So, in the interest of getting other people a turn here, you do banter your way out there, and we'll see what the rest of the party is doing this morning.
Yeah. All right.
I fucking love being us. God, damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
We're so much trouble
Iliel,
together.
Iliel, Cecilia, and Kyrian. You all get up. There's a bit of a commotion as two of the people you're traveling with kind of very conversational this morning as they make their way down the hallways. But you're all free to get up whenever you choose to. Are you late sleepers? Are you up at the crack of dawn? Maybe earlier?
All
What
right,
is
crack
your
of
guys'
dawn.
morning?
I'm making my
What do you
way
mean?
straight to that library, booking it.
It is bright.
Alright.
I haven't slept yet.
I gotta find the guild laws for Tay.
Yes.
He does have to find the guild laws.
All right. I'm just gonna wake up early. Start
give me a second.
training outside.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount of space next to the inn for your training, but you asking around a little, there is a kind of maintained park that's about 20-30 minutes walk away from the inn, where you could likely do some training.
Or I can swing a weapon around in public.
Yeah, where you might be able to get enough space where swinging a weapon won't gouge a hole in someone's wall or decapitate a
skull.
passerby.
Thank God.
So
now-
Wannabe priests over here.
Cecilia, what are you doing?
Go to the oh my god, apothecary.
Okay. Then, let's start with Iliel. Iliel, heading off to the library, what are you doing?
All right, so we're kind of just making my way there. Not stopping too much. Maybe to grab like a piece of bread, like a single piece of bread.
Okay, yeah. You know,
Is there
it's
any good like bread stores, like Nan bread, pita bread?
on the way to the library, which is a pretty far walk. It's in one of the nicer parts of town. It is about 50 minutes to an hour walk.
Oh my
away
God,
from the
really?
bar. These are large towns. They host like millions of people,
Okay.
like hundreds of thousands to a million, right? So they are fairly expansive. And in terms of just a walk, it would be probably about 50 minutes to an
I
hour.
full sprint, get that exhaustion, get there in 10
Like
minutes.
this is at a brisk walk, right? It's
Yeah.
you're essentially power walking there. But looking around, you do find a bakery. What are you looking for this morning? Something sweet, something savory.
Something savory, something that'll get me through the day.
Okay, yeah. At this point, meat's getting more expensive than meat even normally is at the best of times.
Well, guess I'm being a vegetarian, boys.
But there is like bean paste, buns and things like that. If you would like that instead.
Bean paste on buns?
No, bean paste in the bun.
In the buns?
Yes.
That is the worst donut I've ever heard of. I'm down. Let's do it.
All right.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard, does it?
I will say it'll run you about a silver piece.
Okay, no, I can handle that. Those costs are handleable. Okay, so I do that. Then I'm gonna keep my library card ready for when I go in the library.
All right.
But yeah, so
Going to
now that I know
library.
the layout of the library from like the last time I was there, it should be like easy to find stuff that I need.
Yeah, and you had the person save the books you were holding on to last time. Like you didn't just put them all back. You had a decent collection of things to look through. You just didn't have the time to look through them all after having gotten them.
Okay. All right.
So
Thank you,
you're gonna
Sarah.
spend another day researching the crystal towers.
Yeah, we're gonna spend like 75% of the day doing that, but then the other I'm gonna try and find the guild laws book and then just scribe onto one piece of paper all the essentials for Tay.
All right. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
All right, let's do this. Did it go through? There you go.
Yeah, 15. Okay. We will get to what you learn in a minute here. Because,
Okay.
again, you're going to be there all day. We'll see what happens during the day to see if you're there the entire time. God knows someone's just going to start a fire somewhere.
Oh God. As you find the book, you stride so fast it lights the library on fire.
Not again. God damn it.
So, Cecilia, you make your way out to Charlie's Concoctions. It is the same aging dwarf. You'd put him probably late 30s. But the same dwarf you saw last time is there. And he sees you and says, "Oh, hey, Celia, how are you doing?" Scarlet?
I was talking to my dad. Well, I'm doing good. Had a good night's rest last night. How about you?
Not bad, not bad. I had a bit of time to look over what you were wanting.
That's close.
I'll admit it's not great.
I am aware.
It's it wasn't in any of my books. It was actually had to ask around some of the people who've been traveling. It's a sickness that's been making its way from down southeast somewhere. Been making its way up.
Right.
But they call it the singer's madness.
I see. Is there any treatment for it, or do they just let the people go insane?
Treatment's a bit tricky. There does seem to be someone, I hear, who's managed to figure something out, but it's only been around recently. Not everyone knows the cure, and unfortunately I don't. I do have some things that might help, might delay, but I don't have anything on hand or that I can make without at least seeing them in a little bit of research. Possibly a lot of research. But yeah, I can sell you something that might help slow it down.
That would be helped, thank you.
What's that?
That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
And he kind of smiles and says, Right. Well, initial symptoms are some bruising. So, and he kind of goes through and he says, "You're gonna want this," and he passes it a vial towards you. It even on the outside, the smell of it is heavily herbal and kind of irks your nose. He says that'll help deal with that. The hearing loss will not. Nobody's quite sure what causes it, right? People go to them, try and help, and doesn't appear anything's actually wrong with their ears. So we don't quite know. Nobody quite knows what's going on with that. And well, madness is madness. Not much I can do about that. But the bruising, this here ought to help with that. And he passes you a vial and he says, "Now I'm not gonna like gouge you or anything for that, but I will need about 6 silver for it."
It's understandable. You need the ingredients.
Right. So I was I'm not sure how long you're gonna be in town, but I was thinking that it's been a while since I've been out to a restaurant, and I like to treat myself to a good meal, but I would like some company if you'd be interested in joining me. And you see now that you notice he's kind of like dressed up a little from what he was yesterday. His his shirt yesterday was like a little stained with various alchemical substances. He's now wearing what is a completely cleaned up kind of green shirt that is held together by, or not held together, but like covered by a black overcoat. Seems to pull it off fairly well, but he looks to have put a little more effort into his appearance this morning.
I am in D&D. I'll ask him in a second.
I feel bad for rejecting this dude. Oh, man. Oh, I'm gonna feel so bad.
Unfortunately, I'm only in town for a couple of days, and I do need to take care of some other things. However, I'm really, really flattered by the invitation.
Give me a general charisma check
Oh no,
or deception if you would like.
I'm gonna hurt this poor man's feelings, man. I don't want to hurt the poor man's feelings.
How well can you? What's that?
So I know I'm gonna fail this.
Normal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
His face kind of it freezes for a second, and it gets really red. Doesn't look like he's not like vein bulging anger. Just looks incredibly embarrassed. And says, right. Yeah, travelers. They do tend to come and go, right? You're busy. You're in town for a reason. Well, if that's all you need, I got some stuff to fix up in the back.
Oh.
And he kind of like makes his way back behind the counter through the door.
Oh.
And yeah. do you stand there awkwardly, or do you make your way out?
Stand there for a second, being like, feeling bad that I embarrassed him and hurt his feelings, and I can't do anything about it now. I'm just walking.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Siak, you wake up in you wake up early. You're used to waking up early. You generally have to wake up early to avoid people when you're squatting somewhere, avoid the guards. So the first hint of the sky lighting up, probably a good 20-ish minutes before true sunrise, you're up. You are drenched in blood. You are next to what is more or less a skeleton at this point. You see crystals growing out of the back of the rib cage and along the spine of the skeleton. Avoid the guards. Looks vaguely feline in shape, probably about 6 to 7 feet tall, somewhere around there. You feel full.
I just realized my mic was up the entire time. God damn it.
Big, you there? Oh
Sorry,
no.
yeah. What's up?
Did you hear what I said earlier?
I did not.
Okay. So you wake up. You're used to waking up early to dodge guards and people working in areas where you're squatting and whatnot. So about 20 minutes before dawn, when the sky's just starting to brighten, you wake up. You are covered in blood. You are next to a mostly torn to pieces body. It is probably just skeleton at this point, with some like loose flesh here and there. Yes, the skeleton has crystals growing out of the back of the rib cage and along the spine. Pinkish crystals. Um, but you feel full.
I'm not quite concerned myself with the crystals, so I'm gonna leave those be. I'm just gonna probably stare at those for a second, be confused, like what the fuck, forget about it, and run off. Go to a stream to wash off, and then run to the what was it? The Orange Eagle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. You.
get myself a room.
All right. You would get there probably about an hour after sunset, I would say, given how long it takes you to get the blood off of you and make your way over to that side of town. So most of the party is long gone.
After sunset or sunrise?
Or sorry, sunrise. If I said otherwise, I meant sunrise.
Gotcha.
You do see. You would probably catch Tyrion as he's making his way out, kind of asking for directions to a place where he can do some training that day.
That's me.
I'm not really gonna bother, honestly. I haven't slept at all, so.
Sleep.
Oh, give me a Constitution saving throw, by the way.
Horny. Oh, that's features. Why is that open? Constitution.
Yeah. The lack of sleep, besides not refreshing any of your resources, has not hampered you in any way. You seem to have taken the night without sleep very well.
And by the way, I guess this would just be from memory, like after I get the room. You said I recall the night, or I don't?
You do.
Okay. Would that person have been just, and I don't know if my character would even know if this race exists, would the person that I ate, would they have been like a Lionel or just somebody else that also transforms?
You didn't stick around to check. Like what you do remember of the night is you remember the events roughly, but it's not like you were analytically minded at the moment when it was happening. You remember the hunger and the battle, but not too much beyond those details.
Alien, can you check your DMs real quick?
Alien?
Yeah, I think he's away because I straight up fucking banned him.
I'm not away.
No. So you just ignored me.
I didn't hear you.
Well, yeah, I didn't say anything. I just spammed you. I spammed your message, as you would with me.
Sure, I wasn't at the computer at that point. I just came back and I'm in streamer mode, so I don't see all the messages.
Blade, are you like being a traffic controller over there? Like, what are you doing?
You're damn right he is.
He's just doing a little dancey dance on his bed.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
if I can't like kind of recall that information, I'll just hope that I probably hear news of it later.
Okay.
How much does everyone bet he's gonna fall asleep on stream?
Now that
See him
we've kind of
stop
gone
dancing,
over
yelling.
most people's early morning, what you guys do notice as the day progresses is a larger than normal guard presence in the area as the day goes on. The only person who'd probably No, even Iliel would probably have noticed this on his hour-long walk over there. But that's just, for those of you who aren't keyed into yesterday's happenings, this does seem strange. To those of you who are keyed into yesterday's happenings, it seems fitting.
Oh, by the way, when my when my mic was up, when Scarlet rejecting the dude, I said if he ain't ballin', he ain't ballin'. I'm sorry.
That's
And
how it
then
works around these parts.
I've been waiting
Alright.
until there was silence for me for me to say that.
All right. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do before we readdress the comedic duo?
Yeah.
How much is
Whoa,
the
whoa,
room?
We're
What's
very
up, Blake?
serious.
whoa. Very serious individuals, Blake. Full of very
Oh,
serious.
shit out there.
Can
Professional.
I go looking for like a place to like mail off the vial to help with bruising?
Yeah. That I would say is not too difficult. Essentially, what you're needing to do, there's no central system set up to mail between these different cities. Your room will cost 2 silver.
Okay.
That's for big there. But the okay. Yeah. So what you're needing to do is kind of pay pay someone who will pay a captain who will take the gift as far as he can, and then find someone else if it needs to be taken the rest of the way.
So I can just
I would say the negotiations take about just finding someone in the negotiations take probably good half the day for someone who's willing to do this and is heading in the right direction. But will cost you about a gold total.
Alright.
Damn, gold goes far in this world.
It is a out of the way location that it needs to go, but
yeah.
it is a small thing, so it's not too much. All right, Blade, what you were saying you were going to do something?
Yes, I wanted to see if I can get some rations.
Rations. What kind are you looking for? Meat is more expensive to get.
Meat.
But you could get kind of dried vegetables and beans and whatnot, along with some bread, if you were looking for a cheaper option.
Can I do half and half?
Sure. How many days of rations? They come in 5-day packs, essentially.
5 5s?
So 25 total days?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm a hungry man.
Alrighty. It will get fairly expensive, fairly quickly. But if you're going half and half, I will say that we're looking at. Let me see. Let's say. Plus. It is going to come out to a total of about. D&D assumes rations are very expensive.
I mean, it is a siege.
That's true. But just base rations, because I was modifying the price for the siege. But modifying base rations is already very expensive.
Shit.
So, it will come out to for 25 days of rations. And these are good rations. They're of a especially the meat. The meat comes to be the a good bulk of the price, but it is going to come out to about 14 gold.
You serious?
Yes. The preserving of it and the quality that you're looking for makes them more expensive than regular meals.
Well, it's like that's
It's as if you were eating only MREs.
You'll torment.
I'll
If
take
you
it.
what?
I'm hungry.
All right.
Dude, he's
I'm a
fucking
big boy.
he's feeding for a meal, dude. He's packing protein.
And give yourself 25 rations.
Oh, 25. Damn.
Tay,
Yeah.
your mic is coming through.
It's what?
You're coming through over roll 20.
Oh. I am dumb.
Make sure you're only sending video rather than video and audio.
That'll do it.
It is 10 for every denomination you go up of the earlier one. So 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold.
One of these days we'll remember how currency works.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Guild bar. I suppose silver in this.
All right. So, is there anything else you're doing, Blade?
No, that's about it.
All right.
He's wanted to get some
That
food.
and then going to train while you cry over your empty wallet.
While I cry over my full stomach.
It's true. It's true.
Why don't you just like buy the MREs and while you're in a town eat something cheaper?
Yeah,
Are you eating the rations while you're in town?
while I'm in town, no. Of course
Okay, got it. A breakfast and dinner is provided at the inn you are staying at,
I know.
but that is for 3 silver a night instead of 2, if you were to do so.
I'm
Dude, if we all get trapped out in the wild, he's gonna be fucking laughing at us so hard. He's gonna be strong. He's gonna be full. It's gonna be fucking terrifying.
Y'all are gonna be, dude. He ate the people fruit last time, but he ain't this time.
He's eating whatever the hell he wants to eat.
All right, then if that is and I assume Big, you are resting for the day, or at least resting for 8 hours.
Indeed, I am.
All right. Then, Crescent and Kirkopes, as you make your way at the guidance of this guard who has found someone to manage his position.
Question.
Yes.
Before me and Alien take over everything for the next 5-10 minutes, is did you ask Nakin?
Napkin's in the library researching things. He said he was doing so for the duration of the day.
Okay, wow.
working out in the library.
He is working out in the library. I need to catch up, dude. Okay. Well, shit. I guess it's time to cause some trouble. Alright,
so you are led on a 30-minute long trip through the town. Eventually coming to what looks to be the kind of guard headquarters for the area, at least. They look to manage mostly the docks. Port authority, so to speak.
That's a cute cat.
But you get there, and the guard who's guiding you turns to you and says, "Well, I gotta my buddy can't hold forever, so I'm gonna run over to him now. Just head on through that door. Tell him what you're here for. Show him the badges.
Sure.
Uh, I do have on this paper. There's a third one of you. Are they gonna be showing up to do this, or are they keeping their status?
I
don't-
I don't know.
I thought they passed.
Yeah, I thought they.
It was just us.
They
wasn't
weren't. They weren't spellcasters, so they didn't have to come here to, burn themselves out.
I mean, yeah, he
But
hasn't done
they'll
anything
still-
wrong.
If they still have that, thing on them, then just make sure they don't get into trouble.
Question. If we don't take the pin off before we leave, do we get to keep the pin as a souvenir?
It's magical. I think they'll want it back.
But are you 100% certain?
So we just have to
I've never heard of someone wanting one as a souvenir,
we might
but
just,
you may be able to negotiate buying it.
we might just not mention it. See how that goes.
Maybe they'll just forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll forget their magical pin that can blow people up.
Who was the other one that apparently didn't? I thought everybody agreed.
I think
It says it was a little goblin.
I haven't seen him since last night.
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll go looking for him later.
Yeah.
And his eyes kind of harden for a second. Haven't seen him since last night, you say?
Yeah, no, he's skittish, you see. I think he might have been spooked.
Yeah, he.
There was a lot of loud noises,
I'm
a
little
lot
bit
of people running
worried.
around.
You guys have a bit of a fucking murder problem, apparently.
I was there. I saw it. I saw things.
Yeah,
Says it's traumatized.
by testimony of some of the witnesses, I hear it was a fight between two of the beast kind. Nobody could really clearly see exactly what they were, but
Have you had a lot of
it's-
beast kind here before?
I mean, no more than any other town. But
But on average, how many
don't-
beast kind do you have per town? Is it like a 1 per every 100 is matching the capita?
I mean, depends on your definition, right? I mean, those hoity-toity humans like to think they're not there, but they're just ape kind. We got some lizard folk in Yuanti as well. Tabaxi and Lionin,
Oh, I see. I thought you were
Mortals,
saying they were like.
kobolds.
Thought you were saying.
Yeah, they were like big beasties.
Yeah, I thought you were saying they were like werewolf or something.
Yeah, they looked like lichens of some kind.
No.
Not the plant type, not plant lichens.
That's,
That would be really cool though.
Well, that's what my friend told me. I didn't see anything. I just was.
I was there.
amazed. I saw the aftermath.
There was a half orc there. By the way, I don't know if he told you, but it seemed like there was one chasing the other. I'm kind of getting a paranormal investigator vibe. Real film noir shit.
You think
Oh my
you think your captain would hire us out as investigators if we find something?
I thought she already did. I
mean,
I thought we were part of the guard.
that's not
We're part of the
that's
guard?
not my call, but
When
We're
we
part of the guard.
When did we become
I
a part of
wish
the
you
guard?
luck in negotiating that.
As, if we're part of the guard, where do we get our uniform?
Get
You're not part of the
uniform.
guard yet.
I'm pretty sure we're part of the guard. I mean, I was there. I stopped a crime. I stopped a second murder. I'm pretty sure I'm part of the guard now. That sounds like the guard's
You're
job.
just doing your civic duty as a citizen.
Yeah. So where's our uniform and badge? Do we get a star sheriff badge?
Yeah.
Civic duty. Do you guys not know the word humble?
You'll
at all?
need to see inside the station about those.
Oh, thank you.
I don't have any on me at the
see,
moment.
I see.
Gotcha.
We'll stop by the
Oh, that's
front
cool.
desk and be like, "Where's our stuff?"
I'll ask Wallace.
And he,
Wallace will
he
know.
raises an eyebrow and it's like, yeah, you do that. and goes on his way.
We
So, what's your rank, guard? Is it private?
And he's like, I mean, we're all more or less like, we don't have military ranks here in the guard. I'm one of the, I guess you could put me at senior port authority.
what's
I
your
manage some of the, I manage the patrols of the blocks that I'm in charge of.
Oh, so you do like secretary work.
century? Oh, yeah.
More than I'd like,
Ah,
but yes.
sounds unfortunate.
Hey, listen. People like you, like people like me, patrol the streets. Listen, you do good work.
He looks confused, but thank you. Now I gotta go do that work. So bye.
You want to have some drinks later?
He's gone.
Points the first shit at any given time.
Hey, what was your name again?
Every town you go in, you're gonna get buddy with the guards and know every one of them by name. I'm gonna have to go to every single town and have like a list of 100 guards.
It makes it a lot easier to get away with crimes if the guards really don't want to believe that you were the one who committed them. Or they do, and they just, don't want to stop going drinking.
So, you stand outside of what looks to be the guard station for this quarter of town.
I'm gonna walk up and knock. They can't stop me. It's not against the law, probably. I think. I didn't get to that part.
All right, you knock. Nobody answers.
I open the door.
I want to knock again.
I open the door and stride in.
I'm gonna continue knocking as he's opening the door.
It's yeah, you open up the door and it is a wood building with some stone on the stone floors but wood walls, and there is a receptionist. They look to be a half orc, but they see you come in and say, "Right, what do you need?"
We're here to see Captain Wallace. We have an appointment.
Okay. What's the name under?
Crescent.
Crescent. Did you put it under a different name? I don't have a Crescent for an appointment.
Can I see that? Maybe I can find it. I happen to be a bit of a bookworm myself.
Give me a persuasion check.
I assist.
Dude, you were not assisting on that one.
Shit.
Dun, dun,
Wait, are you
dun.
becoming a furry?
He looks you over and he says, I mean, I can't give it to you, but here, come over and look. See if you, like, if they misspelled your name or something.
I see.
I'll be and I'll look. Is there anything that remotely looks like it could be mispronounced as Crescent?
I would say give me a perception check as well.
Okay.
All right. You do see there is someone scheduled for about 2 hours into the day from here, whose name is Krakan.
It's like,
Is there anything? Hold on. Is there anything currently right now that's supposed to be meeting her right now, or is now a free period?
This part of her, you see, there are no meetings scheduled for now.
I was like, how feasible is it right now if I were to like try and block that I could like forge my name or forge his name actually, because I'm not going down for this, onto the book.
You would need to have him not look at the book for probably about a minute.
A minute, even with my
All right, so-
forgery expertise and stuff.
Are we talking about distraction?
Your forgery, I would say, give me a forgery roll just to gauge how ready you are. Okay, I would say if you can get this book away from him for about 15 seconds, you could convincingly throw something down.
And I rather
All right,
pointedly look at you, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
to
think,
not suspect that you did it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
So
like, what's your last name again? And I'm rather pointedly looking at you, and
it's not really like a thing that I commonly use. It should just be Crescent. There shouldn't be any like additives or anything. It's just that. I don't know if that's uncommon here or something, but you know, it's not like a thing you kind of go around saying where I'm from. It's like it's a little bit arrogant.
So there's no last name or anything to like help me search here.
They could say from Turin, or something similar, like location. That's more common.
Like a Crescent of Turin situation.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's not like some towns tend to write that.
And I am
someone's
just
from Turin or-
deadpan looking at you, just like, yeah, no, that really makes a lot of sense. Let me keep looking here. As I stare you the fuck down.
You can see like the half orc is really engaged and like staring at the book, and he doesn't see you looking over his shoulder, dead eyes at Crescent.
I'm sorry, I don't have a fucking I don't have a fake last name.
I'm asking you for a distraction, you idiot.
Oh shit, that's. Is that like when I want to turn to the guard? I want to be like, is there like, how is it like commonly written here? Like, how would you say, or from like nearby areas? Because I'm under the impression she wrote it. So like, what would she say? Because this was her plan.
No, this is like people will drop off notes or things like that, and either I or one of the other people here will have written this in.
All right, so like, how do you write it, or the others? Is there like a kind of like a norm around here, or like, how do you handle this kind of thing, especially for people who don't go by last names? Like, how is that handled?
I mean,
I feel like a missing note of Mr. Note or something.
What's that?
I was like trying to provide a way for him to use the distraction. Like, ask
So-
if you misplaced a note, if you could like check around the desk or something real quick for like a note that he could have misplaced with his name.
Is there a
on
lamp near me?
I try to start with conversation parts and see if I can get him off of the book before I start telling him to do other
Is
things.
there a lamp near me?
Is there a lamp near you? There's a couple of candles.
No standing
that are-
like brazier near me or anything? Anything I can knock
no,
over?
no standing braziers that would fumigate this room.
Fair enough,
But there are like candles and whatnot that have been lit around, either on wall mounts, or there's one or two on the table.
So anything I can knock over?
There's an inkwell. There is
Like a
there's the
shelf?
candles. Behind you, there's a few shelves underneath the desk, but nothing that's like.
I can-
There are a number of there's a kind of like a cubby underneath the desk, that looks to have a bunch of forms that are stacked up.
Don't worry, I got this. So, by the way, does he respond to my question?
What was your question?
How he would handle, like, or the other people who handle it would write
I mean,
things not containing last names,
Just-
or
just
how would they
behind-
handle this?
Just behind.
like
the-
to be
I intentionally
thorough.
worded it really confusing.
I like to be thorough, so that so I'll like grab as much of their name as I can get. I'll like write down what race they are. I'll like approximate age.
So, like, Crescent of Turin?
like Crescent of Turin. What race are you?
I have not mentioned.
Yes. Are you fully cloaked, suspicious in this room?
No. A grayish elf is
Okay. See, look, yeah. You will need to decide on that sometime soon.
I will
but
eventually, yeah.
we'll say for now, he kind of looks you over and he says, "So for you, I'd be like Crescent of Turin, like a younger dark elf, or something like that. If you came in and did an appointment in person, right?
Yeah,
But-
okay.
But
Just
you know,
behind the guard, I'm just like rubbing my forehead exasperatedly, just like.
And I'm gonna be like, so like
give me a general charisma check as well.
me,
Yeah.
diplomat.
Okay.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm clicking my. There we go. I was clicking my double clicking the sheet to open it again, and it was just moving the icon. I'm gonna bardic that, by the way. There's no way I'm letting that go.
All right.
Hold on.
You can hold that Bardic if you think a 23 is going to be good enough, and then because you still have 10 minutes to use it.
That's true, but I really want to hold his attention. I have 4 uses of it.
But you've already used it once.
I
That's
think you've used it
fair.
twice now.
I used it once this morning on the fish dude.
And this would be your second time out of 4.
Yeah. All right, I'll hold it.
You hold it? Okay.
I'll hold it.
You do see that he is fairly engaged with you at this point. He's put the book down, though he is still kind of like hand over it.
Is it possible
Like,
for me to like slightly lift the page prior and just at the very bottom of the page write his name in, and that way when I'm like maybe it's on the previous page and it's like right there at the bottom, like scribbled in, like in the underlinings.
I would say go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check with advantage. Your previous forgery kit roll is going to be what I determine the DC of like checking it on.
Sure.
But this is for how well you can sneak it underneath him.
I will Bardic myself. This will be my first of the day, I believe. Oh boy.
Ooh.
If I feel like I'm not being successful here, yeah, like I feel like I'm not being successful, I'm like, well, maybe it's there, but I won't write my name, like if he's staring at me stupidly.
What is your passive deception?
Passive deception?
I would say you're actively focusing on trying to get this done, so we will rely on your passive roll for the deception to play it off.
And that's just
he
my...
definitely catches you.
That's just my deception roll, right?
It's 10 plus your deception modifier.
So that would be 17.
Okay. So let's see. How well does he... Yeah, seems to believe you. And he, like, you manage to play off the fact that you have both a pen in hand and are, like, inching closer.
Hey!
But he's like, oh yeah, maybe it is on the other pages, and is completely disengaged from your conversation at this point.
Wait, so hold on. So like, what would like, is it common for people to not have last names here? Is it like, do you how many dark elves do you get? Like, because I feel like that'd be.
You know, is
be...
it just possible? Like, I can see right here she doesn't have anything in her itinerary, and we were obviously came all this way. Is it possible
Yeah,
for
but
us?
I was about to knock down the candle, you fucker.
Well, you still might be able to. I'm like, is it possible just to, you know, see her maybe?
Is it?
Well, that's
Is
why
it
I thought it was kind of weird that you came in the morning for your appointment. But you know,
That's what I would
normally she tends to be either training, either herself or the recruits. Likes to get some of the more physical aspects of the day out in the morning to wake up. You know.
Well, very well.
I mean,
as long as we promise not to be like a disturbance or anything. Perhaps there was just a misunderstanding. But we have come all this way. Would it be
I was
possible?
told to be here. You saw like my guard escort outside.
Yeah,
Like that.
Here, let me.
Ooh, clever.
I'll,
I like that. I like that.
You guys seem like nice enough people. What's your names again?
Oh fuck. We also.
You're Crescent.
Yeah, I'm Copes. We also had a meeting later with. We came in on the ship the other day. Yeah, we had a meeting later with someone we have to like say that we're upstanding citizens kind of thing, because we wanted to make sure the legal finagling was out of the way.
Yeah, we're supposed to get like legal we're here for like law classes as well. Cause like
Oh no, we did
by the
this.
way, if you meet like Anka, exceptional at his job, extremely helpful to the citizenry. Taught me so much about associate law. Like that's what I'm here for.
Right. Well, if you're here for that,
Well,
No,
we're here,
that's later.
we're here for both
Right now
things,
is
technically. It was,
yeah.
we booked a large trip, basically, to here just so we could get it all done at once.
well, in terms of your lesson plan, that's with me.
Oh, perfect.
Good.
Yeah, I was told I would be teaching a couple of people here,
Do you know
along
what
with
time? Do you know
handling my normal duties.
what time that is? I was just told like afternoon. I wasn't given like specifics.
It was whenever you guys decided to show up, really.
All right. Okay. So after we're done here, then like maybe.
Yeah, we
I
go
don't know.
out.
All right.
If you have our favorite lunch place, we'll take
Do you
to
have
it.
By the way, I was told to look for this. Do you have the slip? One of the guardsmen would have given it to you after you had done your spell work for the day.
No, we actually were coming straight away to
Wallace says, yeah. She told.
Yeah.
This is.
yeah, we were
This is where
coming
we were told to be.
coming straight away. I'm in agreement. I learned enough through the library and such, yes. So I do.
I want to be more thorough. I don't like to do half measures. You see.
But we've come straight away here. We were told that was okay. I don't know the guy's name. We were just told to come here, and he walked us through the town so that we weren't in trouble.
Again, Wallace, like told us to yesterday. So I don't know
Well,
if
not quite proper, but if you're willing to take the Truth Seers test, then we can get that done now.
these are improper times, seasonal.
Yeah, we do. We keep a priest of Lug here, full time for their services. So let me just follow me, action, to take you over to them. And he leads you down a hallway to a fairly nicer looking room. It is on the second floor, kind of overlooks the main street. Has a number of books in this kind of small, probably 20-ish book library on the wall. But there is an Aarakocra in these kind of robes, light blue and golden robes that sees you come in. What do you excuse me, sorry. And he's like, you see he's kind of put down a pastry that he looks to be having this morning, kind of wiping some of the crumbs off of his robe. Jory, what do you need today? And the half orc looks to him and he says, well, you see, these two are part of the group that got kind of written up for being troublemakers last night, but they wanted to do another Truth Takers test.
Whoa, not for being troublemakers.
Yes.
Not my
So
word.
that's a little.
She.
Wow.
Wow. We honestly, she asked us if we intended to break any laws, and we said we would just need to know what the laws are, so that way we didn't like walk on the wrong side of the street and stuff. We were seeking to be upstanding citizens.
If you were from where I would from, you would know. You don't agree to that without asking the laws, lest you be thrown over the side of an island, and that's not fun. You don't want to do that. You don't want to see that. Yeah.
And he kind of squints his eyes at you. Right. We get your type every once in a while. The like background
Oh.
in law.
Yeah.
No background in law.
Well, mine is my background. I have an extensive history with the law.
I just have you ever
Not a deception check. And he kind of looks at you and he says, "Yeah, we get your type every once in a while. Don't like to make general statements before they know the entire code."
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
you don't want to agree to things when there's a law like, give away all of your belongings or die.
Yeah.
I hope you don't hold it against the captain. Stressful times and all. Probably wasn't too happy.
And she didn't seem too
Bye,
upset. I
Blade.
mean, we're here, aren't we?
Bye, Blade.
mean-
We love you.
See you, Blade.
Yep.
You should just leave the camera on. We'll watch you sleep.
Oh God.
That's the stream now.
But well, she's been having to deal with the blockade and all that. Probably wasn't too happy having to deal with people who managed to sneak through, and whether they were spies or not.
Yeah, I mean, well, we kind of pointed out at the time that if we were spies, we probably wouldn't have been shot at by the 3 ships that were trying to chase us into port.
Or that I don't want to get into the semantics of why they might think you are, but
Right, I understand.
Is it? Hold on. Is it? Hold on. Is it? Is it cause of my skin?
Oh, fuck. I look at him and he is on his own on this one.
and he gives you a raised eyebrow and he says, "Do you have a skin condition? Are you diseased?"
Oh, it's because it's gray. It's because I'm a dark elf.
I don't understand.
Oh, okay. So that's not a thing. Okay, never mind.
Is he from from Tutham or somewhere warmer where they don't like
No,
no,
I've traveled to a lot of different places. You see. It's not like. It's not a where I'm from. It's a where I've been.
Well, I'll have you know, this town prides itself on its diversity and its acceptance.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really great to hear. It's always nice to visit places like this.
Yeah, you'll see no trouble from those issues. But if you'd like to get this out of the way, I would like to get back to my breakfast. So, and he begins a quick incantation. As you feel the spell lock over you, do either of you resist the charisma saving throw?
I'm stepping out of the thing. I wasn't taking the test. This is a him thing. I never agreed to this. I got other business to do.
I don't think she's really going to hire us on if we're not upstanding citizens.
I'm pretty sure.
She's.
I take that up with her. That's not.
Well, I'm not going to have to take her up with shit. That's up to you. You're the one with the appointment.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on that. So let's finish up yours first.
I mean, we could do it at the same time.
Look, I mean, I can only do this so many times a day. You'll have to come back tomorrow if you're going to need to do this again.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Which means, okay. Sure, I'll do mine.
All right. Well, do you intend to break any law while here?
I do not intend to break any law that I have any knowledge of, to my understanding. No.
Generally, we like yes or no's, but I suppose that'll do.
He did say he had a background in law.
Yes. So, you will be, you're good. if you'll hand me your pin here real quick.
Oh, I don't get to keep it.
No, these are a fair bit of expensive equipment.
Oh, I see.
Unfortunate.
I try and hand
They're
him
not,
like this morning's fork.
normally handed out to everyone who comes into port. Just people we have reason to be careful about.
I try and hand him like the pin I was writing with earlier.
The pen you were writing with, and I do love a good pun. Please, the pin.
Oh, I thought I gave it to a god last night. Did I not? Fucking dark
Anka?
elf. Anka? No, not Anka. I said I was done with the whole thing and I was just going to abide the law and I tossed it at a god. What happened?
Oh. I mean,
Must still be on your person. We've not been notified.
I like pat myself down and like, hey. Well, I swear to God, I thought I gave it to a god.
did you actually find it, or are you flying right now?
No, my character knew. I threw it at a guard and walked away.
Oh, then I'm gonna pull it out of your pocket. No, yeah, it's right here.
Why is it
he
there?
Gave it back to you. He gave it back to you. You were drunk though. You weren't paying attention.
Did you resist the effects of the zone of truth?
Me?
Fuck.
No, Tay.
Oh shit! I would have to walk into the zone of truth.
Yeah.
All right, in that case, I'm just gonna look. We thought it better that you keep it on you for like at least a day before giving it back.
What?
That's not wrong.
Why would you slide it in my pocket?
Very much stretching the truth.
Because you didn't want to give it back, or you didn't want to keep it. You said you were done with it. And...
Well, I was done with it, exactly. I wouldn't even be having to turn it into the poor gentleman here.
Well, I mean, if you didn't have it on you, what we would have done is
Well, I told the god I was
sent
done
out
with
search
it.
parties into the city.
I told the god I was done with it.
That's a little rude considering what we did.
Well, I mean, we would assume you were a spy trying to infiltrate at that point.
Oh, I can't just be like, hey god, I'm not, a fucking spy, here you go, I'm gonna go to the morning, which is exactly what I've done, and speak to you.
It is what he did.
Well, yes, but the guard would have had no way to verify that.
Oh. And perhaps you should get a verification a way of verifying that.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, but you
That's what we were doing.
Hey, but like,
I mean, loose.
if my friend here had any decency and respect for my bodily autonomy, I would have been in trouble, apparently.
By the way, what god were you with that they would have accepted this?
It was some god. My friend here, like, helped chase off whatever the beast was, and I played a funeral.
Yeah, that's me. Have you heard of me?
I played a little funeral ditty for the dead old man.
Poor Timmy. Poor old Timmy.
Yes, but any guard that would
He
was just
give up that pin.
Do you think he may have been grieving? I hear old Timmy was very dear to a lot of people.
We'll need to enact disciplinary action on him.
Is there any god we don't like? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't actually. There's none who have given us too much trouble. Otherwise, yeah, we totally frame them.
He was talking to them. I just kind of went up and tossed it at him. So I don't know.
I'm just gonna go.
Well, if you find out later, I would appreciate if you would tell someone here. We can't have people advocating for that kind of behavior as a law enforcement officer.
Yeah. So speaking of which, while you have me under the zone of truth, do you guys need like help finding the fucking beast creatures that are roaming the night killing things? Because like I happen to have a few nights free.
We're professional badasses, if you couldn't tell.
Well, now that you're under oath, we could certainly attempt to reach a contract with you. Your friend would not be included in this, and If
Yeah,
you were
well,
to help,
we'll
you would
see
need to
about
be
that.
very careful about his involvement. Violence, if he cannot justify it, would be grounds for um, possible punishments. But
Understandable. I don't know.
We'll get that sorted during my meeting in a moment whenever we do
Well, I
get to that.
want to be under the zone of truth. I would like to assist with maybe a monetary compensation at some point, but can't leave people just dying laying around. Plus, one of ours seems to have gone missing.
right, well, that's good of you. We are a bit understaffed, as you can imagine. Patrols are not what they used to be, given the circumstances. So it's likely would appreciate some help, but that is not quite my job. I'm more consultant than anything.
Okay.
Seems a lot of you should be on your way now, and I will get back to my breakfast.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the zone of truth has run out.
It's still going. It lasts 10 minutes. He might as well keep it the entire time. But
I'm just gonna lean into the garden and be like, he was drunk. The pin wasn't accepted. I put it back.
he uses. Wait. So
Actually, wait. Fucking scrap that.
what-
Scrap that.
what
Never
guard?
mind.
Because there's
Hold on, I've thought of
there's
it.
the
Never mind. I'm
there's
gonna.
the half
I'm
orc
gonna.
that was managing the entrance, but he's not. He is not really a guard. More like a
Yeah. Never mind.
more like a clerk.
I'll find some time later. I don't like being zone of truth.
All right. Then yeah, you may all leave and go to where you would like. Yeah. So Jory leads you out and says, "So I guess we're off to what do you guys need done?"
We were supposed to meet with Captain Wallace.
Right. So I don't want to disturb her, so I'll go ask if she wants to meet you, and then if she does, I'll come back and get you.
Yes.
How about that?
He has a gift
I should-
for her as well, just in case.
Yeah. And if someone asks you to meet them, you don't not bring a gift. That's a little rude.
I'll mention it, but it's probably best you give it to her yourself.
Yeah, and that was the plan during the meeting. But I
Okay.
Well, I mean, it could if she's had like a stressful morning or something, and she's like, "No, I don't want to talk to that, whatever, to that darky elf." Maybe she's won over by the fish.
that's why he's mentioning it.
All right. Well, I'll be right back.
I don't. It's not
And
much of a
he-
conversation, is this half orc?
And he heads out. And about let's see. Okay. Yeah. After about 15 minutes, he comes back and says, so she's a bit busy right now, but she says,
Insight check.
sure, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay. All right.
Seems genuine.
Which means he's not.
Anyone who is genuine when you roll low in insight must be lying.
Is the truth.
Yeah. But comes back and says she's a bit busy right now, but said she could make time for you in about an hour or so, before one of
Just
her
carrying a
for
fish
her
around at
meeting.
this point?
What's that?
What?
Are they just carrying a fish around at this point?
Yeah, it's like covered in
Is it gift wrapped?
It's covered in like a wax paper.
Hell yeah, gift wrapping.
And not so much wrapped, or well, it is wrapped, but it's like wrapped and then string is tied around it to secure the wrapping.
Right.
But so he says, so if you want to come back in an hour and a half, should be good. I'm gonna get back to work.
Do you need any help with
And
that work?
wow, that's an hour and a half. Wow, that's a little late for the time the meeting was supposed to be. That's odd.
Well, I see. I told her your name, and she said she never had a meeting set up.
I
So
I was told what I was told what I was supposed to meet. I don't. Whatever. At least we'll talk to her later. I'll get things straightened out then, I guess.
well, good luck with that. And he kind of goes back to his desk.
Yeah, and so when we
Straighten-
walk outside, I'm gonna hit Tay in the arm and be like, well, next time when you wanna start some shit like that, you at least gotta communicate with me first.
Listen. I didn't expect you to sidetrack it so much. With your
Sidetrack it?
chick, we could have done that after.
Sidetrack it? No, he was like, where's your slip? We had to give him a fucking reason. Also, you think I
Yeah,
didn't
I
notice you didn't expend your fucking spell slot?
I don't know. Hold on. A, she didn't notice. B,
She didn't. Listen,
listen.
you gotta
more,
communicate things with me.
Listen. Wait, hold on. I said what I said. We were told to meet her right away, so we went to meet her right away. I mean, like, we had a guard escort, we had a good alibi, everything was fine.
No, it wasn't fine when they asked,
and-
where's your slip?
And we were told to meet her. We had a guard escort. There was a priest there. Like, it's
you,
not.
You and I saw the conversation going completely different. Also, I didn't know you were planning to meet her in person at this particular moment.
I thought that's what we were going here. Were we planning to hold on to the fish?
I don't give a fuck what you're doing with the fish. Cut it into pieces and throw it over the wall
Granted-
into a room, for all I give a shit.
Granted, I didn't. I thought she would be
Where's our fucking
at
goblin?
the actual meeting.
Where's our goblin?
I don't know. You want to find him?
I do want to find our goblin.
Hey, all right. You go find him. I'll wait here. Actually, I guess we do have an hour.
We do have an hour and a half. Let's go find our goblin.
All right.
Goblin the Boblin.
Alright. Where do you guys look first?
Well, last I saw, he was heading off in the direction of kind of where all those issues were.
Did we? I thought we saw him heading.
Yeah, he headed off. He said he was looking for a quiet inn, I thought, or someplace.
So,
Yes, sir.
just to remind you, the last bit of information my character gave you guys on where he was going was that one, he was going to be sleeping with family in town, and that he would meet you the next day at the Orange Eagle because he asked for that recommendation from the guard.
Oh yeah. All right.
So
Then
he had family. I'm a little curious about that. I want to look for a goblin family in the town now.
we could just go to Orange Eagle and maybe he'll introduce us. That's where he said to meet him.
No.
He's probably already there by now. Like, we're gonna get to the family and we're gonna be like, hey, we're
Listen.
stalking your son.
Anybody
or
who
whatever.
has to hide in a barrel full of their own shit for 3 weeks doesn't have a family willing to pay for their transit.
Yeah, but like, for like not willing to pay, they might not be wealthy. Alternatively, we're
doesn't-
drawing attention
listen.
to him when we don't want to.
It
He's
doesn't-
traveling with us. Anything that incriminates him.
I said
as
I
people
wanted
asking
to look.
questions.
I didn't say I wanted to go and be like, he's a liar in the street.
Maybe you start asking questions and other people start asking questions, and then we have a lot of questions and not a lot of answers.
Maybe he shouldn't be lying to me. I'm just a naturally inquisitive, fine and upstanding citizen of this town now.
Yeah, I know. We're both extremely fine and upstanding.
Yes. Well, I am. You're
I'm I'm exceptionally fine and outstanding.
I see.
Keep
I
telling
see.
yourself that.
I would.
Actually, yeah.
Whatever
Let's go
helps
back
you
to the
sleep at
ONG
night
girl. Let's
better.
find the really quiet weird girl. She'll probably know where the really quiet weird goblin went.
That's a good point.
Stay away.
And that's where I would go.
Okay. It is about like a 20, 30 minute walk there.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna. All right. So in the meantime,
Ask about the
I'm
goblin
gonna
family here, then.
sit out here and pull my harp out and play on the side of the street for coin for an hour and a half.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
We'll say over the course of an hour or so, you make about 2 silver.
Better than
I'm gonna
nothing.
spend. That is pretty good. That's like a night stay at the end. I'm gonna just sit here by the door, like tapping my foot, looking at my non-existent watch, pretending I'm very agitated that I am waiting as long as I am.
And yeah, you gather that like the bulk of the money is that this part of is that there's a lot of foot traffic at the beginning and at the end of the workday. So you're kind of catching the morning crowd, essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, people pass you some money as they go, and an hour passes.
And we go to Big, who's sleeping. Wait, who's left? What are?
At this point, it would be Big is going to sleep for the day, is what he said.
Not if I get my hands on him.
Cecilia, is there anything else you're wanting to do for the day?
No, not really.
Right. And we'll deal with what Napkin researches at the end of the day. But yeah, this pretty much get you guys done and what you're doing for the day. And then you have one more night here in town. So, after an hour passes, and do you enter into the guard area?
Yep.
All right. So, Jory is still there, and he says, "Oh, good. Listen, don't tell them I let you out. I forgot that you guys haven't done your you're good, but this one hasn't done his spell work yet. And,
Wait, not like
let you guys out in the town.
Wait, so Jory came here to find us?
No. As you walk in, he's still
Wasn't
there.
he at the
manning
other
front
place?
desk. No, he's at the front desk of the guardhouse. Like, where do you think you're meeting the captain?
I thought we had to walk 40 minutes from where we were originally.
Oh, sorry, I thought because Alien said he was sitting outside of the guardhouse playing music for cash for an hour. At which point your appointment would be up.
I think he meant like where we're meeting the captain.
Yeah, at the guardhouse, 30 minutes away from the inn.
Where were we? Hold on. Where did we meet them in the morning then?
What do you mean?
I thought we went to the guardhouse to meet them, and then they're like, "Oh, the captain is here, 40 minutes away."
You went to someone posted at a like a local guard a guardhouse at the port, who then brought you to like the main guard guard training facility and like prison where their offices are located.
I gotcha. Okay.
And that was like a 20-30 minute walk away.
The Jory's gonna show up
Hello.
fucking sweating. Hello.
Yeah. So Jory's like, listen, as far as they're concerned, you were waiting on those chairs up there, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Right. Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if you want to go into this meeting, seeing as you still have, she's probably not going to be happy that you still have spells.
Did she know? I thought she just said. I thought
You don't
how is she going to know that? I can't look at someone and see how many spells
do
they
you
have.
spells? I didn't get a slip from you guys.
I mean, We were supposed to meet her first thing in the morning. That's what I was told. I mean, you saw the guard escort and the priest? Like you saw that, right? You were
And I saw
there.
the guard escort, yeah, and the priest checked out him.
Yeah. No, he
You,
didn't check it.
you,
No, the other priest, the one that came with us. Actually, was he there doing the walk or did he stay behind?
the priest stayed behind. The only the singular guard brought you here.
I mean, you saw the guard escort, yeah.
Yeah,
But we're here we're here
Like-
where we're supposed to be. I don't
the patrol leaders have some degree of autonomy, but like
that wasn't
Just-
a patrol leader though. That was
he was the one who was supposed to admit your test, right? Or not your test, but your daily burnt spells, right?
yeah, but he was
So he would be the
he
patrol
was supposed
leader.
to. Is it also his job to escort us? Because he was also our escort. That's like, he brought us here.
Like I said, a
weren't-
certain degree of autonomy. But the guard captain she's under a lot of stress recently and wants things very up and up.
Yeah, no,
by the
we're
books.
aware.
So if you go in there and she asks you about your spell work,
Yes,
what
I
know
know
what?
ritual spells.
go on your way. I'm good luck.
I mean, did you have a slip for me? Did you have my slip? Because they didn't give me one when I was there.
I don't make those slips.
I don't. Who?
She'd be looking for the signature of someone
Okay.
who works over on that side of town.
So if they didn't give me those slips, then what do I do? This seems like kind of an oversight.
I mean, it kind of feels like you had a bit of a personal oversight, yes.
I mean, I went where I was supposed to go. I don't know what to tell you.
Look, I'm recommending this to you as in your best interest.
Yeah.
If you have magic and
Do not.
have no way to prove that you have gotten rid of it, I would not suggest going into that room.
What if I just but I can't get rid of it. It's ritual spells. I discussed this
if
with her
you-
yesterday,
If you
actually.
got rid of... Yes, but all spellcasters capable of ritual spells at least have some degree of quick casts available to them.
Cantrips you can
even the
cast
lowest
anytime. I
have-
don't even need.
Even the lowest have two.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I have ritual spells and cantrips, and neither of those, like,
Yes, but if you spent a day resting, you would have,
yes.
from what I know, would have gotten magical abilities back. If you used those before you went to be tested, or before you went to expel them, I would not admit to it. Were I you, that would be grounds for imprisonment. That's why we have you go at the beginning of the day, so that you don't have a chance to use your spells on anything else. But if you don't have your full complement of magic that night, or that morning when you go in, we assume you used it in town and would imprison you.
So if I have my full complement of magic, I'm fine.
She would not be happy because you were supposed to have exhausted it that morning.
I
That's why you shouldn't go in there.
so. What if I just cast healing word? I don't.
You would have no way to prove that someone verified it, other than my word. But you weren't supposed to do it here, under my supervision. She wouldn't be happy with you regardless.
I mean, I have
We've
my
had-
meeting.
we've
I'm
cases-
here.
We've had cases of people who use, say, charming magic to take advantage of people. And when they cast these spells, that's why they're done under proper supervision, right? They have multiple guards there to make sure that multiple people can't be charmed at the same time. And so on. There's a procedure for this, right? So just me here vouching for you, she would assume either that you've done this improperly or that I'm under some kind of mind-altering effect.
If I charmed you to get the effect anyway, wouldn't that achieve the same thing, ultimately meaning the job was done anyway?
Yes, but charming a citizen as a traveler is punishable by 6 years in jail.
Wow. Okay, so hold on. So, Blight, is there a way in this world to be able to tell how many spell slots someone else has used? Because I don't remember that. I don't remember being able to look at someone and be like, "Yo, that dude has these spells left."
There is in this world, I give specific magical abilities to people who might have them conceivably. In this case, guards have people who can check. They can physically touch you and see how many spells you have.
I didn't know that was a thing. Fuck.
But beyond that, there is also the assumption that spellcasters of the lowest level still have 2 they can do a day. So if you haven't burned those, they at least know you have those 2, regardless of what level spellcaster you are.
Is there any way I can even go to this meeting, or am I kind of fucked?
I'm not sure at the moment. You could try running really quickly to the other side of town, doing your test and running back, but even at full sprint, that's likely 20 minutes.
What if?
Or
do you think she'll like the fish?
I mean, it would be an expense. At this point, it would not be like a free service like it was before. But our cleric would likely be able to give you another test of with the zone of truth, but it would come out of your pocket for the.
Wait, so hold on. So I save people in the middle of the night at great danger to myself, considering someone else was completely devoured, nearly completely, excessively mangled. I'm out here protecting the citizenry at night, and I'm still getting in trouble for it.
You're not in trouble for that.
I don't. This seems like kind of unnecessary at this point.
I mean, we have these systems in place for a reason. We've had problems with enchanters before, with conjurers and spellcasters of the like.
But how many like genuine big troublemakers have stopped to help the guard?
I mean,
at great personal risk to themselves. Like at this point, it just seems kind of unfair.
You seem like a nice person, so I don't want to disparage your character by explaining why that might look bad. But I'm just trying to explain that, you've done a bit of circumventing of the rules set down here, and the guard captain might not appreciate that.
Is there a rule against helping the guard? Because that's the kind of thing. That's why I couldn't agree in the first place.
You're not in trouble for helping the guard.
I'm gonna rant about these fuckers until I die.
What are you doing during this, alien? Oh no, alien. He is gone.
I can only assume he's facepalming in real life.
All right.
We don't have to. Gonna figure this out eventually, probably.
You kind of worked yourself into a corner here. I don't know what your plan was, but
I didn't know that type of magic existed.
But even if it didn't exist, right? You have no way to prove that you used your spells under supervision.
Yeah, but I was kind of expecting to do what I did last time. I didn't know she wouldn't be at the guard post, and I was just gonna fucking irritate her until she just went, fuck it, whatever.
No, she has better shit to do than manage you guys.
I mean, she was there the first time.
Yeah, because you were the only ship that's gotten through this blockade in weeks. So yeah, she was a little interested in who managed it.
Yeah, we got through the blockade, and then we saved a bunch of lives. We did some
So you
pretty
got through
crazy
the
shit.
blockade, and so she came to check out who you were. And then she was done once she figured you guys were more or less insignificant. And now she has her people deal with you.
God damn it.
So yeah, at this point it is a circular talk, unless you have something new to bring to the table.
Ohio, gozaimasu.
Hello. So what are you doing as Crescent is talking Jory in circles?
What?
He's essentially Jory is cautioning Crescent to not go into the meeting because he can't prove that he's cast his spells, and is still under the penalty because he hasn't taken the hasn't taken the truth seeing.
Who is Jory again?
The half orc.
No.
We didn't show him the slip, and he realized. And there's a
He had
field
an
of
hour
magic
to
that I
think
didn't
over the
realize.
conversation without you guys influencing it. He's like, wait a second.
I didn't realize there was a field of magic that was just detect other people's spell slots. So I'm kind of fucked now.
So he's cautioning Crescent not to go into this meeting, and for you to go in alone, essentially.
What's why would it be so negative?
Because she's under a lot of stress recently, and is not going to be happy when she sees him, and has not gone through the proper channels, shows up and has not done what he said he would do by spending his spell slots in the
I
morning.
said exactly what I said I would do, or I did exactly what I said I would do. I said I'd meet her meet her in the morning. I'm here to meet her in the morning.
Very well. She will not be happy when you do what she did not want you to do.
She worded things very improperly then.
Well, that feels like it will still be your problem. Look, I don't know what you need to see her for, but him being there, given the circumstances, is likely to make her upset, rather than amenable to whatever you want, whatever you're needing to see her for.
That's entirely his decision. It is predominantly for him. I sought more to see how I could best help you all.
I mean, it was more or less the same thing, but I just, I wanted to go through the channels I was told to use, and I did that, and it seems like that's causing a lot of issues, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna be real with you, Jory.
Well, I can get you into this situation. I helped you as best I could.
I mean, it's not Jory's.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying it is what it is, and it kind of is a pain in the ass.
Right, but that's this is like, yelling at the cashier for something that...
No, I didn't say it's his problem. I'm
a little more
I'm
important
stating
than
I.
cashier, but...
Right, but you understand that.
He means you're exactly as unrelated to the issue, which while I understand is still so then where do I go to get this amended? Because I'm at the top right now, and apparently that's not where I can go. You see.
Well, if you wanted this amended, you would need to run across to the docks, take the test.
But I don't have time for that. We're
Can-
busy. She's busy.
Can
This
he-
is
Can he expend his slot in front of you?
No, it needs to
I
be
can
done
ritual
under a
cast.
specific set of circumstances because we've had problems with single proctors being charmed and given false um, given false slips before. So
Just so
generally,
we're
it's
clear,
under like a
she's
team of about 2 or 3 guards at a time, and they're very specified on who gives them because they
Let's.
have to be mentally resilient, and
Well, okay.
just so we're
there's a whole
clear, she's like
host of
well
reasons.
aware I can ritual cast, right?
Yes, but ritual casting spells generally is A, very obvious, B, they tend not to be offensive in nature.
So here's an idea.
I mean, you can say some very offensive things with comprehend languages.
My
Here's-
frog says otherwise.
Here's an idea, right? You have a very competent Aarakocra up there, who may not be able to Zone of Truth him again today.
Well, he
But-
could.
But you
But
both,
he-
you and him, I stay down here. You and him go in there. I don't charm or anything like that wouldn't work on multiple people at once. You can both see him expend his slots, or however much power he wishes to expend or whatever, and you won't be at risk of one or of both of you falling under any influence.
Yes,
And still enables him to go to this meeting.
this is true. Again, the main problem is she's not going to be happy that you've circumvented the main avenues of this.
Okay, but it's already been done, and it was done based off of a misunderstanding. The best we can do now is accommodate.
Okay, let's do it.
God fucking.
Actually, give me a persuasion check. Give me a persuasion check to see if he's willing to put his neck out there for you.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but his boss is probably going to be pissed regardless. So let's see if he's willing to put his neck out for you.
I just did.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that one. Sorry, I really, really like the two of you, but this is a bit beyond what I can help with. I would recommend either just you Kirkhops go in, or you try and reschedule and hope she's not upset that you skipped this meeting.
I will go in at least. What do you do, Crescent?
If I had to make a suggestion, if he's not going to get his truth seeing done today, then he should make his way to the docks and get his spells done with.
Fuck.
Whatever decision you make, you have my support, my friends. I
I
could
don't know.
go-
I feel like I'm kind of wasting a day here.
And just to remove some of the mystique a little, I did think long and hard about how a town guard would keep track of spellcasters who they don't want casting spells, and this is what I've come up with. It is not meant to be easily circumvented.
I mean, it was pretty well circumvented the first day.
Yeah,
Also, she only knows you have one slot.
but well,
yeah, that's
no.
the thing.
The only
Is because
reason you
there's
got
this
away with
magic
it the
now that I
first
didn't
day-
know about before.
The only reason you got away with it the first day is because she assumed that you had spent a spell slot during the day sometime. She knows all first level spellcasters have at least 2 spell slots.
Good player. This is a
Does healing wording people leave noticeable scars?
I mean, if it's healing a wound, I would say healing word as a first level spell probably leaves scars.
So what you're saying is Kirkopes currently has a healing word scar on his forehead.
He wasn't so bad that he would get a scar from that. I would say that healed. He may have like a red mark there that'll fix itself up in a day or two, but beyond that.
Oh shit.
What?
Fuck. I just saw a newspaper headline that says Israeli airstrikes kill 17 of Palestine's most dangerous children.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, while you figure out what you guys are doing, Napkin, are you there? I know you came back at some point, but are you at the mic? Oh, he's not at the mic. Never mind. We're back to you two. What are you doing?
Hmm.
The kiddos.
I beg you do something.
I mean, I don't know. Has it been 8 hours?
No. Well, I mean, if you want to say you did something after 8 hours, it would see sunrise probably somewhere around 6 to 5 in the morning. You got there probably around 6 or 7. 8 hours after that would be about 2 to 3 o'clock. So is there anything you'd want to do after that?
In all honesty, I'd probably stick around the end. Pay the extra silver probably for the meals.
Okay. But other than that, stick around the inn mostly?
Yeah, like I might explore the town a little bit more, but I would stick like probably. Furthest I would go is probably 2 or 3 streets down.
All right. Yeah. Just kind of touring the area.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, there's not a ton of, especially if you're in such a small circuit, not a ton of stuff. It is a lot of warehouses in the area. Because this inn is it's close to the docks. So it is a lot of warehouses and only a few real shops.
You know, if we have 2 bards and neither of them is going to be horny, I'll just be horny barbarian. Where's the brothel?
So you're Gallic again.
All right. Yeah, you fairly easily find a brothel. Let's see. It's probably a fairly low end one that would let you in, seeing as you washed in a stream last night or this morning.
Fair.
You are
first
not
I will
in the
find a
best
public bath.
Yeah, you're not exactly flowered up. You are in like raggy clothes that had blood washed off of them in a stream. The public bathhouses do exist. They
How much though?
they will cost you we will say 2 silver.
So, neat down. Alright, there we go. Take myself a nice bath. Do they also like wash my clothes even if it's just a bunch of furs?
Yeah, they will wash your clothes for an extra silver. We'll say they'll wash your clothes.
I will take it.
to the best of their ability. Furs are a little troublesome, but
I'd imagine. I generally don't have to worry about it. I just, did as I did last night. Find a stream, bathe in it, the usual.
there we go. My camera bugged out for a second there. I had to figure that out. So, after your time at the public baths, you then go off to find a brothel. We'll say a good time will cost you a gold.
Like gold, these some pricey ass whores.
I mean, you're going to a brothel, not a street whore. Maybe I should
Doesn't
close my
mean
window when I say things like that, so my good Christian neighbors don't hear me. Dude, I live on fucking Church Avenue. There's like 90 churches in the one on this street.
Isn't it like one of 6 streets in the city?
Dude,
Anchorage is bigger than Windsor, dude.
yeah, Anchorage is
Shut
pretty
up.
big. But no, like the street that my neighborhood's on has probably about 5 or 6 churches in what is probably about a 6 or 7 block area.
Can we just appreciate how Nakin is here all the time except for when we address him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very good at that.
So while these two figure out what they're doing, Napkin, shall we go over what your research gets you?
Yes, absolutely.
And remind me if any of this I told you last time, but from what I understand, your new information is going to be that the creatures inside of this area are changed by the surrounding area, but resemble their natural counterparts. For instance, you may find birds or wolves that are made of crystal instead of flesh,
And
or
they
things
move.
like that. And they move. They're not statues.
Oh, no.
You gather that the creatures you fought last time are likely part of this.
Yeah, okay.
The glass spiders are an example.
Wasn't it also that you get blinded if it's in the daytime?
The general area, like the way the light refracts off of the trees that are now made of crystalline material and off of the leaves and whatnot, makes it so that it is essentially like 1,000 laser pointers during the day.
Jesus, okay. So wait, if it
is bright enough outside, these lasers can like burn you
Okay.
and light
Alright.
things on fire and whatnot.
Yeah, never mind. I was gonna be like, yo, can we just wear sunglasses? But I'm pretty sure that doesn't affect 3rd-degree burns. So
Yeah, it would be, and even sunglasses probably have a hard time versus a laser pointer.
yeah, that's fair actually.
But beyond that, researching a little more, you find there are a few documented types of crystal that have certain effects associated with them. The abilities aren't hard and fast as to what kind of crystal has a specific ability, but they generally follow a theme. For instance, onyx creatures tend to have some control over weight, either making things heavier or lighter. Crystals of a pinkish color tend to have some kind of psychic abilities, either mental communication or the ability to assail your mind. Red creatures tend to have some kind of force projection they can do. Blue creatures tend to be able to teleport, and the list goes on and on. I could give you a more comprehensive list after the fact. but rather than send you a message of a
Okay.
more comprehensive list
Now,
later.
as for the research that actually matters, guild halls. What are the laws on the
There's
guild?
one more thing that you do find in regards to your research.
All right, bet.
And that is you run across a kind of writings about a class of people who delve into this place. People who live in a part of town called the Crystal Warrens. And it refers to that these people spend enough time in these areas, enough regular time in these areas, that they undergo partial transformations themselves and begin to take on crystalline effects, mutating eventually into the creatures in this area. Which is why the Crystal Warrens is a segregated community that is kept very far apart from the rest of the city. But beyond that, guild law.
The guild law. What is the guild law? On the spot, make it up. Let's go.
Yeah. Let me just make up like a book's worth of mercantile code.
Give us like the top 3 like rules of the guilds
And associations.
and associations. Yeah, and like give us one random fact about a random guild member.
The guilds in this town run incredibly deep into minutia. Would be the major part of it. There are guilds for knife makers, which are different from the guilds for sword makers, which are different from the armorers guilds, which are different from the farriers guilds for horseshoes. Just to throw out like 5 different smithing guilds, right? Similarly with magic, there is a guild for each of the schools of magic. There is a guild for war mages, which generally is a more mercenary, rather than a ingrained political structure. But on top of that, there are things like the guild for scroll scribes, who create some of the lesser spell scrolls. There are guilds for item enchanters, and things like that, right? They go into incredible minutia.
Okay.
And they generally will go and stay out of each other's way if they can. And the conflict involved and the difficulty of guild law in this town is navigating the minutia of what each guild controls and what you can operate in as part of each of these guilds, right?
All right, bet.
And generally, guilds will not allow you to join more than maybe 2.
All right, so I'm gonna write down all the
And
information,
often-
as much of the information as I can.
And often not in competing guilds, right?
Oh,
so they
okay.
won't allow you. You could maybe work in the Glassblowers Guild and in the Swordmakers Guild, but you would not be able to join the Knife and Swordmakers Guild,
Yeah.
as they have conflicting interests. And you see case laws of knife makers, of the Knife Makers Guild, for instance, making there used to be a law about swords are creations that have that were very specifically detailed, but the length was never restricted on what was a knife and what was a sword, and so you'd get large knives to the length of swords that were sold in the past. Before that issue was corrected, and things like that. And so you'll see, as you research guild case law, of just various issues of them pushing the boundaries of what each guild controls, right? Like the division of the Enchanters Guild and the Scribers Guild came up when there was when someone wanted their scrolls to not be taxed under guild law, under the Enchanters Guild law, and argued that enchanted scrolls or magically stored spells and scrolls were not enchantments because they are not they are single-use items. They're not permanent. They don't recharge, right? So it's all this sort of like minutia of this is why there's so many guilds.
Okay.
Is because like all these different attempts of people to either escape the bindings of their own guild only to end up trapped in what now their guild is allowed to do, and so on and so forth. So hopefully that was informative.
You are impressive at making that up on the go. So yeah, I'm gonna write down as much information on both topics as I can in that night. Hopefully it's all of it, and then bring that back to the party.
All right.
I hope that's the last day I have to spend in the library.
You don't want to
You
work out in a library?
You
could
hope.
work out
Iliel
longer.
wants to go back there. But
Yeah, okay, well, Iliel
fucking with
does.
you.
Does Sean, however?
yeah, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, is there anything else you do as you're heading home or heading to the inn?
Nah, wait. I stop and pick up more bean bread.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's pretty late in the day, so the bread is it's not like warm anymore, but it is still. It's not gone stale or anything, but it's not like the warm, fresh bread you had earlier in the day.
Unfortunate, that bean bread mix. Amazing.
So go ahead and how much did I say it was last time?
I think it's 1 silver.
Yeah. Go ahead and get yourself a silver.
God, I'm gonna be broke from just bread.
Yeah, this is why you gotta adventure.
Wait, I have a great idea for tomorrow. Wait. Can I backtrack before I buy the bread?
Sure.
Okay, I'm still gonna buy the bread. But
Okay.
is there anyone still at the library, despite it being late at night, that I can ask if I can get a small job while I'm in town there?
I will say, give me an intelligence persuasion check.
I have
As
to
you-
persuade someone for this? Oh,
You're
no.
essentially doing a mini interview, but with your experience in library management, I will say you can use your intelligence modifier instead of your charisma, as you're just
Yo, are you
explaining your expertise in it.
Oh, bad. Okay.
Yeah. They're willing to give you a job tomorrow. It will be it'll be paid by the hour. But that let's see, what would be a fair going rate? Essentially what you'll be doing is organizing. You will be because you're not like trusted to the point where they're going to have you man the front desk, right? But they're going to give you like a quick rundown on the kind of structure and how they organize their books, and you will just be given like donated books or newly acquired books and do your best to place them where they need to go.
Oh my God! Wow, thank you so much for this job. I mean, I think you're kind of very unorganized with how you guys do this. Back in my other library, we organize everything by chronology, alphabetical order, as well as date of acquire.
And they're like, oh well, over here we like to order them by topic, and by alphabetical order of author.
Oh, that's so neat. We used to do this where we order it by topic and by alphabetical order and by etymology of the topic itself. Oh my God.
Yeah, and just librarian nerd talk. But
Yeah, Nakin's character is just like, yeah, we had like 7 books on how to organize our books. It was great.
I read
We
it
also
all
had a book.
7 times.
We had a
will
book
say,
we had a book to organize those ones.
we will say that because this is very much like an intern level job, that you will earn. It's a good rate here. Let me think. You will earn 4 copper an hour.
How much copper to make a silver?
10.
Oh my god, in
So
just
say
4 days
so-
I'll have enough to buy another bean bread.
Say an 8-hour day. An 8-hour day would give you what? 4 times 8 is fuck. My brain is on fire. 32. So about 3 silver and 2 copper for a day's work.
That's amazing. I'm down. Let's do this.
It is pretty good, actually. Man, we really
Yeah.
were rich in the
Ian-
last campaign.
Dude, D&D world, in my D&D world at least, we pay a minimum wage that actually allows you to live off of.
All right. God damn. I have a job. Oh my god, that was quicker than real life.
Man, we were. Well, yeah, it's a D&D.
I wish I could
Man,
roll a d20 and get a job in real life.
Yeah, right.
Man, we were real rich in the last campaign, huh? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right. Dude, that's the real fantasy of D&D. It only took you 1 die roll to get a job.
Me going into like a
Forget
Wendy's,
being able
like,
to cast spells.
Damn, that's why back in the day, fucking people thought D&D was satanic. It's giving people fucking jobs and shit.
Yeah,
It's-
right.
I feel like
Dude,
mayoral
people could be having
elections
living
and stuff
wages.
Like that, roll a d100. Whoever gets the highest gets the job.
Yeah, people can't.
The real fantasy of D&D is that people are willing to just give you jobs when you walk into town randomly that will pay the equivalent of thousands of dollars.
Nice.
That's the real fantasy of D&D.
If you rolled a nat 20, people are like, yes, please work here.
It's like, oh my god, I take it back. I'm not even as good as you. Here, have manager position.
7 books on organizing books and a book organizing those 7 books? Holy shit!
It's got to be at least $8.
A lot of books. About books.
So, the 2 people who are at the guard's house. What are you doing?
Vibing, dude.
Vibing?
Vibing.
Like, if I do something irredeemably stupid, you'll give me an "Are you sure?" right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to get changed into my fancy clothes.
If I felt like you were gonna do something that was gonna get your level 1 character killed, I'd give you an "Are you sure?"
I want to change into my fancy clothes.
Are you sure?
God damn it!
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Yeah.
I want to change into my fancy clothes and
Where?
I don't. I'm
Just
gonna ask
in
for a
the-
side.
in
Do
the- in the
they have
middle
to
of
have
the
like
lobby.
somewhere nearby, like
No,
changing
middle
like
of the
locker rooms?
lobby.
No,
You're
they
in the
you
middle
got-
of the lobby.
you guys have like locker rooms here, right? Like somewhere I can get changed.
Did you walk around town with like? I always assume D&D characters leave their shit in their rooms.
You never
when-
need. You never know when you need to run away. I have my pack for a reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just
If
walking
you
around with a
carry your pack
briefcase.
everywhere. I'll just keep that in mind.
I'm gonna.
Let me actually clear that up. For when you're in town, at least, do your characters keep their stuff in their rooms with like the bare essential? Maybe like if they have thieves' tools, they keep those on them. But like, do they keep the majority of their stuff in their rooms, or do your characters carry them everywhere? And this will just be like, this is what I will assume if you don't tell me otherwise.
It'd be a little impractical to carry a Jenga set with me everywhere.
I mean, you manage it normally. It's probably somewhere in your pack.
Yeah,
I know, but
I
then I
have
have to carry my pack.
You know.
I would say at most I'm probably carrying like half a ration maybe just to snack on or
Yeah.
eat
Like a
throughout the
food
day.
pouch, like a little food fanny pack, right?
Yeah.
The rest of you, like, what is your on the town level of equipping yourself?
I keep essentials and shit with me that I don't want to like risk being stolen.
I mean, I want to say usually essentials, but in a
I
place
assume
like
the things you normally keep on yourselves are things like money, jewelry, maybe a pertinent tool set, and like
An instrument or two for me, probably.
yeah, hence like pertinent tool set.
I
Right?
mean, in most situations, I probably wouldn't carry all of my stuff around. But in this town that's under siege, that might be attacked, and we might need to run away from. I'm gonna keep my bag close.
Yeah. And that's this is why I'm getting this is like this is what your default set is unless you tell me otherwise, right? So in most towns you'll
carry or trident. Sorry.
your trident, all right.
Just imagining a fucking tiny goblin running around with the bandages, just fucking carrying a trident like two hands, just fucking running around with the trident, holding it above his head, just sprinting around town, and that's how he walks.
Yeah. Scarlet. Oh, she's gone. All right. Napkin, what do you carry around town? Just like your spell book, your money, and that it? And your clothes that you're wearing?
Akin. He's gonna be back in 5 minutes.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm here.
Jesus.
I accidentally had something installing, so I heard robots, and I'm like, I sure hope they're not talking about me.
Well, we were clarifying what everyone brings around on town with them in terms of their gear. Like, if you're in town, what do you bring around? I assume
Straight 12-inch straight blade.
Yeah. I assume most people bring their wallet, their money.
Oh shit! I forgot my wallet this whole time.
Yeah, right. I assume you don't just leave that to be stolen in your inn.
Yeah, of course.
But beyond that, you probably carry like spell components and your spell book.
Yeah, I have my frog carry it all.
Yeah, and you. No, you don't.
I like how he almost agreed to that, and then went, wait a second, you fucker.
Super familiar giant frog.
Gigantic frog strolling through town. The guards are like, "Oh fuck, wait."
The reason this comes up, right, is because Tay wants to change into his fancy clothes at the guardhouse, and I'm like, "Did you bring them?"
Yeah, they're in my diplomat's pack.
He prestidigitated them.
Yeah.
It's not how prestidigitate works.
Just in the future, if you're bringing your entire backpack, your traveling pack with you, mention that as like, while I'm in town, I'm doing this, or that like while I'm doing this one thing, I'm doing this.
Gotcha. I'm gonna die, by the way.
Because there are situations of like, if you're trying to sneak in somewhere, for instance, it might be more difficult because you have 80 pounds of travel pack with you instead of just your clothes. But then suddenly you want access to your entire travel pack while you're in there.
It's not my fault I have 80 pounds worth of bean bread.
Bean bread.
Listen,
bean bread is going to become a staple.
Hold on, is 80 pounds worth of bean bread? He's just fucking walking around like, dude.
I read a book on how to organize bean bread efficiently.
No, you are the 80 pounds of bean bread, motherfucker.
Hey, my character says light. Not for long, I imagine, though.
The bean bread, it's all goes to your waist.
Knacking the snacking. Oh no, it's all coming true. What? The legends.
Snacking.
The legends.
Ricky.
What? The prophecy is true.
So, unless you're going in, Tay, I'm just going to say that Kirkup's going alone.
I'm going. That's why I was getting into fancy clothes. I'm going.
All right.
I don't want to be walking in wearing leather armor.
You walk in.
Yeah.
And the captain is there and says, "Kept me waiting long enough. But I see that one of you has decided that they feel capable of being an upstanding citizen, or at least traveler."
I mean, I went to the law classes, but after the law classes, I was like, oh right, tomorrow I get to do the thing, and then I spoke to another guard, and he mentioned that guild law and associate law are two different fields, and I realized I had been looking at the wrong field all day. So that was unfortunate. That was
Yes.
a major setback.
Yes, you know what else is unfortunate?
The murder yesterday, of which I'm sure you read the report.
Oh, I'm surprised you remembered it. Because
I
I was
was-
about to say your memory is unfortunate because it's so piss poor.
I mean, I was there.
Yes, but you were not there this morning.
I was.
Why
I mean, it
would-
depends on what you consider morning, but I
Why-
was there.
Why would... I mean, well, he barely got any sleep. It was sometime in early morning when he helped chase off whatever creatures were killing your citizenry.
I assume the guards I spoke to wrote a report. They had to have.
Or
No,
we
I
And you
see.
have my thanks for that. But you were not there this morning to divest yourself of your spells.
No, we were, and then I said I was ready to do my telling, and we were guided here, and then there was apparently a misunderstanding on how things were supposed to be done.
Yeah, I was
That is why.
because last time we met,
it was unfortunate that his memory is so shit.
I mean,
Forgot to spend his spells before coming.
I mean, not really. I mean, last time we met, if I'm not mistaken, you said that I was supposed to meet you the next morning and every morning after until I take the test. So I went straight here because that's where I was understanding I was supposed to be.
You were told to report to the port authorities such that you might get rid of your spells before reporting here to begin lessons
Well, I mean,
that you requested.
you know,
I thought you meant specifically you. I didn't know you meant.
I have better
Though it's
things
port-
to do with my day than watch.
people have, unfortunate memories all the time. For instance, you were supposed to have a guard take us to where we could have started learning last night, but instead we had to search it out. You know, it's unfortunate that everybody is really so busy now with...
Which then kept us out late at
Give me
night,
a-
which
give
then,
me a
put
general
us in a
charisma
dangerous.
I mean, I'm not lying.
No, that's why I said it's a general charisma check.
I'm gonna bardic that.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna roll a 1. No, a 2. 13.
So
It's
I was
more than
gonna
a
take
chance.
diplomat.
you.
Why did you do?
she looks at you and says, "Yes, I do apologize that your trip here was so stressful that it made you forget things. My life too has been stressful,
Oh,
dealing with the siege and the need to manage the port troops here.
yeah, no, see, that's
Speaking
exactly...
of, we've
To be
heard
a
about
little
that. Hold on.
forgetful at times. I did not realize you carried such a significantly comparable burden.
Oh,
I mean,
That is
speaking
my
of,
bad.
stressful, I'm just gonna put like the fucking the wrapped tuna on the desk, and I'm like, I was told that you might enjoy this. Well, not this specifically. I had to search.
he
It
did,
was
he did spend quite a bit of time this morning trying to find something that you might appreciate as a token of goodwill, and the entire reason we wished to speak to you to begin with was to offer our somewhat less considerable than yourself services, as you are obviously overstretched.
I mean, unless you don't want our help, and next time we shouldn't investigate.
Because, well, we're really just trying to help.
And she raises an eyebrow and says,
And you can ask your Zone of Truth boy as well. I said as much to him earlier.
Do you get written accounts of that? Is that a thing? Do they do that?
"Very well, I will ask him." And she rings a bell, and Jory kind of pokes his head in and says, "Bring the priest on duty today." And comes back 2 minutes later. He says that you truth checked him today and that he wishes to help, yes? And the Aarakocra nods its head. Yes. What about this one?
Fuck.
What was his results for the truth test?
Fuck.
Does he wish to help?
Fuck.
I didn't take the truth test because I
Oh, you did not take the truth test.
Oh, shit.
granted I didn't know he was gonna offer that during the truth test. I mean, was I supposed to know that?
Tell
I
me, did they
can't read
run
his
up the
mind.
clock on the truth test? And he says, no, they had several minutes afterwards. Oh. Why did you not simply say so afterwards, then?
Was I supposed to
Creston.
detect thoughts that, like, I'm sorry that my associate said it and that's not enough for you. Like, if you're having issues.
I appreciate your gift. And it is for that reason.
Alien? Wait, hold on. Before we say anything else, Alien? I'm gonna burn this down to the fucking ground. I'm gonna burn it to the ground.
I have no intention of breaking any laws as I fully and lawfully understand them.
Preston,
Out
I
of character.
appreciate your
I'm gonna burn
gift.
this.
It was very thoughtful, even, that you took the time to research my tastes or made a lucky guess, whatever it may be. This is a bit of a rare delicacy now, that it is difficult to get such things in town. And I'll admit I'd be hesitant to spend this kind of money on such a luxury. So I will do this for you. Go spend your spells. I and those here will attest to the fact that you did so. And then I will offer you again the option to take the truth scene.
I don't know how that's supposed to help. I still don't know associate law. Unless you want me to do unlawful associations, but like, if that's what we're doing here, I don't see the point, quite frankly.
Quite frankly, the point of the test is to see whether you came to the town with the expressed purpose to break laws that you know of. For example, we have people who frequently attempt to traffic magical items and crystals that we mine here in such a way that they know circumvents taxes. Those people are caught by this test. They come here knowing that it is against the law, and thus do not do so. It might also stop someone who comes here and knows that they are going to try and assassinate members of the ruling body here during a wartime.
So, hold on.
Intent would catch, as that is what the question is. Do you come in here intending to break a law?
So let me get this straight. So, I can walk in, not know about association law at all, and go commit crimes unknowingly, and that'll be fine because I didn't know about it during the truth test.
No, but generally, that would be not a problem so severe as for me to worry about it. The kinds of problems that this catches are things like murder, theft, trafficking. The minutia of guild and association law, while not beneath me, at the moment is not my most important concern.
But I'm going to burn this town to the ground.
What he means to say is, he's having such a riotous time here. He wants to party until the town burns down. Yes, that's what he's saying.
I wasn't saying that in character. Sure as fuck, I wasn't saying in character I'm gonna burn this place to the fucking ground. Out of character.
And it's like, if we're going to go through all of this, should we seek out, perhaps to allow you to focus on other matters for the day, as we've already seemingly taken up too much, but you have our offer here. Should we seek out and bring the other one of our party with us tomorrow, so as to take less time? The Arakakra said he wouldn't be able to do it again today anyway.
He's only permitted one such casting a day, barring emergencies or paid service. Such as it is, he could do another one. I believe you are powerful enough for that, yes? And the Arakakra nods his head. But it will come out of your own pocket for the casting.
All right, we go. My friend here expends the castings, and we make a more measured approach on the morning. Perhaps him having more time to research his law, and with less confusion as to how we're supposed to meet you and when.
Very well. I did not make it clear last time. I am a busy person. I cannot be everywhere. I cannot speak to everyone. So, that means I am not always available. The next opening I have in my calendar that I don't have to forcefully make is in 3 days' time. If you wish to schedule a meeting then, we can speak then. Otherwise, would best say your piece now.
Give me just a minute, guys.
Yep. Do 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 do. So who all is still here? Is it just you and me, Tay?
Nakin's still here. I think Scarlet's still here.
I haven't heard from her in a while.
I'm here.
Oh, that's why, because the background was loud. Big's in the call, but
Not
he's
in the
not
Roll20.
in the roll 20.
Mysterious.
Whether that means he passed out or not, or to make your guess.
I'm still awake. I'm just kind of like, I'll
Right.
admit, kind of like
Well.
flicking in and out.
Well, what I am thinking here is that we finish this up. Is there anything anyone's going to want to do tomorrow? Because your current plan was to spend 3 days in town and then head out. At least that was your plan with the captain.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest. I hope we spend a week here. I want at least a week's worth of pay. Realistically speaking, there's a lot we could do here, and I feel like the
Realistically, I
more
want to
time we
get
have
the
to plan.
fuck out.
Fuck this town.
Damn.
yeah, I don't have any real reason.
There's murder going
Get
on in the
behind.
streets. There's not really a lot of reason for me to stay here.
Okay, well, I need my crystal anyway, and if I can, I would like to make the
Here's
task
the
money.
thing I realized in between this session and the last session. The glass spiders were made of crystal. I took their scales. I think we have your crystal.
Not the right crystal.
Is it not?
Not all the crystals are the same crystal.
He needs a heartwood crystal. He needs one from one of the great crystal spires
Yeah.
I
that
mean,
this place gets its name from.
ostensibly, the only guaranteed ship out of here, Napkin, is in 3 days.
Yes.
And we will
other
not know when the
question.
next time is.
What is the tax for the crystals, like carrying them out of the city?
Well, given
Carrying
our
them
knowledge
out,
of
it
common
tends-
law,
yeah, right. Given your knowledge of mercantile law here,
yeah.
you would understand that the tax is paid by the seller, and is thus just a part of buying. In
And
your case,
How much does a heartwood crystal cost?
a heartwood crystal. It is a pretty penny.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Okie doke.
Hi, Big.
Good night, Big.
Later, y'all.
It is going. It is going to cost you about 90 gold. Mostly because there not a lot. No one, in fact, is making trips down there at the moment. So supply is super low. You're working on siege supply.
Are you allowed to go yourself?
Yeah.
All right, boys. We have a plan. I need that heartwood crystal.
Well, let me put it this way. Yes, as long as they don't catch you.
Okay. I see. Okay. Well, we heard him.
So we know we're not really. So basically, should I make her aware that we plan to be gone in 3 days?
It wouldn't do you any harm. You might not mention where you're going after that, or if you do, that it's to a fairly harmless place. But
Yeah, I'm gonna be, because last I was here for, she was like, next opening I have is in 3 days. I'll be like, what a coinky dink, we'll be leaving.
well, to be fair, you're leaving in about a day and a half.
I am.
Yes, you were in town for 3 days, but you're
the
currently a
second
day and a
day.
half in.
Okay. And so I will say, well, I wish you the best then. We don't intend. I believe our itinerary is somewhere before then. But. Num num num. But I will do my best tonight. Just kind of looking around. I can't guarantee anything. I am no one such as yourself, but if it helps at all, I would happily donate my eyes for the afternoon to try and find out what is going on in this town. It is.
Or we could just go sleep off at the inn.
We could, but it is suspicious enough for me, and as you know, I am always looking for the interesting stories.
I mean, it's pretty clear they don't want us snooping around, and if they don't want our help, we have places to be.
It's not a matter of not wanting our help. She said she did.
And she looks to you, Crescent, and she says, "I would welcome the help of anyone who I could trust at the moment." But you, Crescent, have certainly tried my patience in the last day or so. Your friend, on the other hand, has been, while initially difficult, has complied to the best of his abilities, it would appear, with what I have asked.
I tried, but apparently effort doesn't count for anything here. So...
Effort without results.
I mean, if the result was I threw myself into danger to investigate what turned out to be a very dangerous situation that I didn't have to investigate.
Again.
I mean, I'm sorry. Next time I'll just leave citizenry to go do that themselves. And I'll just, watch or something.
And she looks to you with this kind of exasperated expression. That is what the guards are for. End of the day, we did not ask you to intervene, and while I am thankful for it, I would not I do not appreciate the tone of condescension as if we cannot do our jobs.
I do not think
Not
that
if
is
they
what.
detect thoughts right now.
I do not think that is what my friend meant. He's a stress. We had very little sleep and a long morning to get here, and it has been one misunderstanding after another. I think it was more along the lines of not saying that you can't do your job, but understanding the logical overextension of the police in such a time.
I mean, you said you were stretched thin. If I'm to mean that that means that nothing is supposed to change, then by all means I will just let you do whatever and, not intervene.
And you get a bit of a smirk from her. And says, very well. If you will not intervene, I suppose we are simply back to where we were. Now then, since you have decided to make yourself of no consequence to me, do report for your spellcasting and be out of my office.
And as for me, just
And as for
keep an
you-
eye out where I can, or
Let me think here for a moment.
Well, staying here or not, Kirkopes? That was it, right?
Yes.
Well, have fun here, Kirkopes. Fucking
I'll be with
stay
you.
here, fix problems, not my fucking problem. See you later.
I'll be outside shortly, if you truly do not wish to continue this conversation.
I don't. It would appear that not much can be gained.
I've tried to be diplomatic and make very simple demands of you.
And I've spent my entire time here trying to help. But that doesn't count for much here now, does it? So, if that's all, see you, never, I guess? I'm gonna...
If that is how it is to be. And
have
she-
fun with
and-
whatever it is you're doing.
And she waves over to the half-orc. Jory, see that this man is taken out to the docks to have his spells inspected, and then well, he's free to do whatever he wishes. Now, Kirkopes,
Yes.
I would you said you would be here for another 2 nights, then? Tonight, tomorrow, and be gone the next?
It's either... It was supposed to be, I believe, 3 days from dock. So... I suppose that would be dependent on if he counts the first day or not.
When you came here, I meant you would be staying 3 nights. So, first night is passed, you have 1 more night, and then another night. And then he's getting out.
So, yes, that is... I believe that is the way of things.
And she says, well, if you truly would like to help us in our moment of need, then what I could use you for is we have reason to suspect that certain individuals are making their way out of the Crystal Warren and starting trouble here. I would appreciate an extra set of eyes, perhaps an extra set of ears in the area, if you can manage that during the day.
Sure, I can do that.
Should you bring me anything worthwhile, I would be willing to pay for its worth in gold.
I I will happily do so. And if I do not, and our ship departs sooner than I can be of any assistance, I do.
Come see me in the morning of your departure, even if you have nothing. I am not so mean-spirited as to not pay someone who has done me good work,
I appreciate the offer.
regardless of if you see anything of it.
I appreciate the offer, but I would not be so callous as to take money for services unrendered, and when you are obviously overworked. And I do apologize for my friend. He's not normally so gruff. A series of
Yes,
unfortunate events.
I understand I've not handled this the best myself.
I said no such thing.
You did not need to.
So I should look for these warrants. Thank you. I'll
And be sure to tell him that, well, if he ever does decide that he would like to comply with what I've asked so far, and keep in mind, it is not my unreasonable demands, it is simply the law of the town. He's free to do so, and I will bear no grudges.
I will let him know.
Very well. Then, and she stands up from the table. In all the other times you've seen her, she's been in a very position of power and authority that has made it difficult to otherwise tell that this is actually a fairly short woman. She stands at about maybe a little under 5 feet, but just her presence up until this moment has made her seem larger than she was. And in this moment, she's much more subdued, and you're able to notice this fact. But she walks across the table and holds a hand out to you.
And I shake it.
Which is good. Now, I think I need to get to some of my other meetings, but it has been a pleasure.
Yes, ma'am. And have a good day, and I'll leave. Trying to catch up to my angry elfie friend.
Speaking of, as soon as I was out the door, unless Jory's gonna hold me back, I'm leaving.
Well, yeah, Jory's like, you need to go to the docks.
Are you gonna go drinking, or are you gonna sit here whining at me?
Well, I mean, listen, I don't want to lose my job, and if you go that way, I'm going to have to call the guards. I would really appreciate.
You mean the guards that weren't there until after someone was murdered?
Well,
forgive me for not trembling in my fucking boots.
Can I come out at this point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, my friend. Yes. She.
Jacobs, fuck off.
How you doing? Here's a few. How much did he pay for that fish?
He paid, I believe, a gold.
9 silver.
9 silver.
I'll be like, here's a gold for the fish. Love lost. She did say if you ever felt like changing your mind, she wouldn't be against renegotiating or talking with you about things. But let's go get.
You're trying to sell me out?
No, I'm trying to get you out of here without being arrested. Let's go have a drink.
Fuck this town.
So, do you head off to the docks to report for your spells?
There's a bar down at the docks, right? Finding Dory?
Yeah. The bar you were at last night, the 12 Talents, is over in that area.
Alright. Let's all go have a drink and then go expend your spells.
Are you paying me for that too?
I'll buy you your first drink.
How much do drinks cost?
I mean, a night of drinking costs a few silver. of heavy drinking.
Oh no, I only make a few silver.
Hey, Tay.
That's why you don't go a night of heavy drinking every day.
That is true. That makes
Listen,
sense.
you have
now
enough
that I
money to
think
live,
about it.
not be it. You have enough money to live, not be an alcoholic.
Yeah, you're working on intern money. You can get a place to sleep and a decent meal every day,
Yeah.
but it's not like you're going to be saving up for your retirement.
Bro, I'm
on
just gonna be like,
intern money.
hey, is there any way now that I have a job here that you guys can help me like fund my citizenship in this town? I'll try and get a worker's visa and a citizenship from every town we encounter.
A library pass and a worker's visa. D&D goals.
Recognize the worker of every single city in the campaign.
You have a guy just standing outside his workplace and being like, "Dicker derps."
Those darn wood elves.
Hood elves, don't be
Those-
racist.
Those darn hood elves took our gerbs. All right. So, you both go drinking, and presumably, Tay, you expend your spell slots that day.
Did the dock guards ever come looking for us?
If depends how long you spend drinking.
Late.
Late? Okay, yeah. That
Okay, at some
you
point,
really do that?
at some point, because I was like, well, I have to go. Search
I'm
this
gonna be
story.
real with you, Tay. If you take too long, they will arrest you.
It's okay. I'm working. I can bail him.
I'll be like, Crescent. I can trust you to go take care of what you need to do with your slots, correct? With your spell. I hate calling them slots. With your power, yes. Yes. Have you passed out?
No.
Like,
Yes.
I'm thinking.
I like to think I show up at my job like acting like I already know everyone there. Like
Just giving people random names.
it's my first day. I'm like, yo, Jimmy, nice seeing you again. Kevin, I know you're doing great. Johnny, how's the wife and child?
And you say that to like another 15-year-old working there.
Fuck! I should have planted the fucking thing on her. Fuck.
What thing?
The metal. I should start fabricating evidence.
It's okay, Michael. I can be your defendant.
You're the next day in library is just more case law.
Just studying the case law of Chris Wind. It's just like, all right, Crescent, I have arrived. I am your defendant for the day. I am an intern librarian.
We can see from case XX X 3659
It appears.
that it appears that we've had a similar case in which the defendant was found not guilty.
Wait, you're telling me this wasn't a carjacking? Shit!
What the fuck is a
it was
car?
a wizard, not a bard? Damn it!
Ugh. Kevin the Kobold from this case.
Yeah. All right. Well, presumably you do go do so. Tell me
God damn
otherwise.
And at some point, I will.
I'm debating.
Oh,
Give me a
boy.
minute.
Get arrested. I need to
Okay, at
practice
some
case
point
law.
I'm like, I put a few silver down on the table, the 2 silver I earned from earlier, and I'm like, Tavern, here you go, and I slide that to him. I'm like, for however much that's worth of what we've drank and what he continues to, Crescent, don't do anything stupid. You know generally where I'll be. Let me know if there's problems.
Is it selling me out? Because I feel like it's gonna be selling me out.
Why the fuck would I sell you out? Listen, I'm all for jokes, and I am all for being an asshole, but there is such a thing as excessively drawing attention to yourself. Hello. What happened?
Does Kirk Hopes encounter me on the walk to my new job?
I mean, it's not that day yet. This would
Oh,
be
wait,
still
what?
the same day.
Oh, same day. Okay, never mind.
Did we have
Same day that you got it.
Did we have a new follow or something? I just got a stream notification.
No.
Oh shit.
Wait, what happened?
I don't
like what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got a stream notification, but I don't see it in the activity feed.
Why?
Yes.
You never sent me the stream link.
I will send it to you now.
You lied
Taco.
to me. It's not here now.
Taco.
Uh-huh.
Do I or do I not obey the guards?
Thank you, Kent. It was Kent. He stopped by to host us.
Hey, what a dude.
Are you asking like a what
Thank
would
you.
I do type of thing?
Yeah. What should I do?
Are you asking what I would do?
Yes. Sure.
I would take their sword and be like on guard, and then I'd show myself out.
I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can get away with that one. What do you think I would do? Wow, okay.
There's a very big difference between doing something at level 1 and at level 19. Let me point that out.
I know, but I hate them so much, Blade. I want to kill them.
See, you as a person, you'd probably puff up your chest and then act as tough as you can, and
I
then try
can't
to walk past
intimidate.
them.
I can't intimidate. Fuck.
All right. Well, I'm going to assume you do,
Damn it.
and end the session here.
Oh, wait. He gets arrested?
No, I'm going to assume that.
If I do, I'm going to heckle the ever-living fuck out of the people running it. If I
Okay.
can scam them into paying me for it, I'm going to scam them into paying me for it.
Oh, I never get to practice case law. Damn.
So, we'll see what happens next session.
Fair
Alright.
enough. Fair enough.
I will be ending here, and we can.
Wait, am I part of
Continue
the
next week.
library guild?
Not really part of the guild at the moment. Just,
Damn it. Need to work my way in.
You're doing a 1-day job. So
Wait, is it only one day that we? Oh
We're only staying in the town one more day, Sean.
no! Me begging like the pilot to like stay just like an extra few days. I need that silver.
keep in mind you are spending like 2 to 3 silver a day in.
Oh, did my master from like Osselheim give me any money to buy the heart crystal, or did he just say like, you know what, go on the adventure, get that crystal for me?
It is part of it is your like test to go on this expedition. So it is a test of your resourcefulness.
Oh God, he's actually commissioning me to commit crimes.
Okay.
Fuck.
So Blight, before I end
Yeah,
the
that's why I'm here.
before I end the stream, what do you
Yes.
think? Give me a title for the last episode and this one, because I don't remember.
Wait,
what
why
the
would that be before you? Wouldn't that be after the stream is ended?
Wasn't last episode's title "It's a Thriller"?
Yeah, it's a thriller, and then this one.
Wait, wouldn't that be
God.
an after the stream thing?
It doesn't matter. We can. I just didn't know, because now if it's recorded, I can. And what was this
Oh,
one?
we
be?
thought of a new
Can
one
you
this time.
The title of this episode should be "Can you explain guild case law?"
Explain guild case law.
Hell yeah.
All right, there we go. I'll look at uploading those as soon as I can. And we are ending stream. Thank you everybody for watching.
For
Night,
watching me
everyone.
dig myself into a very deep hole.
Bye.
Find out what
The,
happens to Tay next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Hey, that's copyrightable.
Oh shit. On Blight Ball Z.
On Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, it's
So that's-
Canadian.
All right.
It's been a-
Ending it?